An amazing event so far. We need to complete the lineup for Wargaming Fest. Tornado Energy and Oops, the Tough Giraffes are with us in our second semi-final. Good. Looking forward to it. Big challenge though, Mylan, for Oops.
Well, definitely they're facing the 2 times world champions here, being Tornado. So yeah, Oops, I think they are not that well prepared because they actually prepared a lot for to get out of group, you know, ending up or having ended up in the Dev Group C amongst Elevate and Rush, who surprisingly dropped out. Yeah, I was talking to them early on. They had a lot of stuff and strats prepared for the group stage and for the quarterfinals. But now for the semis, I think they're going to be struggling.
They had to beat out Yato to get into this semi-final. That was a good contest for them, but they won it 7-2. And if you missed the earlier days, we've been here for 5 days in Moscow. If you've missed the group stages, you really must go back and look up the game between Rush and Oops. It was an amazing game. Oops only needed one round in order to progress top of the group. And 3 rounds would see Elevate coming with them. You managed to knock out Rush, formerly Na'Vi, formerly 2-time world champions. First time they've ever failed to make the knockout stages of an international LAN. They left us what feels like days and days, weeks ago, if anything, but they're done. Oops and Elevate progressed. Elevate are out now. Still here, though. Oops are still here. Could they still be here next weekend for the grand final?
Yeah, I think, you know, Tornado's probably had the luxury of being able to play the long game. They've had a little bit more of an expected run up to this point. But Oops, as we have seen in previous games throughout this tournament, they have brought new stuff, innovative stuff, creative. Everything has come together. Really good coordination between the players. If there's an EU team to beat Tornado, I'd say it will be Oops. They
wanted every minute of preparation they could get. I was chatting with Dead Zone yesterday after the match, and he wanted to know which semi-final was going to be which today. Would they be playing in the first game or the second game? And when it turned out to be the second semi-final that we're going to be getting into very shortly, the extra kind of 2 hours was really important to him. He was like, good, right, we've got more preparation time. Like, they have been putting the work in overnight and up to this point thinking, right, it's Tornado. We've got to come up with something. We've got to come out here and play this. They are really excited and pretty confident as well.
Well, I mean, the very quick made-up tissue strats, as I like to call them.
Tissue strats.
Yeah, just write them on the tissue down real quick. It's not going to work that well. You also want to train those, so you have like a basic idea how it's going to work out. And I think, yeah, this is why the extra 2 hours are so important here for Oops in that case. But yeah, I can just hope hope best of luck, or I wish them best of luck for this match. And what I really hope for Oops here is to not get tilt, to just stay in the match, no matter what the score is. There's always a comeback possible, and I think this is one of the main concerns that I have here at this point. That Oops could just go on tilt and then play, as we just saw here from Unique, very uncoordinated and just basically go down the drain.
There's that word again. It's coming up a few times today, and these sort of mind games are happening between these teams, which I guess you would expect at such top level of competition. But I know from talking to Oops that they reckon they can get Tornado on tilt, much like we were talking about in that last game. Ding wanted to tilt Unique, and it worked out for them. Maybe took a round or 2 more than the easy route there. Oops, one of their plans is, can they get Tornado on tilt, and they think that'll work in their favor. Now, if they can, it will work in their favor. But is it possible to put a team as experienced as Tornado ever on tilt?
I really don't think it's actually possible to tilt Tornado. Even on like 4-0 situations, they've come back and won a 5-4. Even on like 5-0 for best of 13s, they've come back and won it. Applewell here, who played quite famously at 2 grand finals ago, losing out to Rush there. They have everything with them here today. They certainly won't be falling on cliff anytime soon.
Come back near you. Come back. We're looking at
you. Near you doing a
just
trying to hop in on everyone else's camera time.
Yeah, we have had him at the desk a couple of times already, and yeah, definitely he was just very, very confident. And yeah, no matter who they would face this tournament, he would always stay confident. I guess we can also see that on his face right now.
Confident, but I think confused. Neskvi.
Neskvi there, we saw a lot of really crucial plays in this light tank yesterday, getting a lot of very aggressive early info, which is super important when you play a fast, dynamic game like Tornado does. You know what? Most of their strategies, particularly on attack, are really quick, really quick pushes, good coordination between the players. Diodor there as well, we saw had a really good day yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, these initial reactions, as soon as you spot the first 2, 3, 4 tanks, are actually the most important ones. You get an idea of where the enemy team is going, and you instantly have to decide how do you react on that. Griffon here also had a very good run through the tournament so far. Nuke there with the typical legs on the chair. This is how he likes to play. And
there's a couple of players who play like that. I don't know, I find it really unusual. I tried it and it doesn't work for me.
Pretty uncomfortable, right? Yeah.
And Server there, the main damage dealer and the biggest team in the world, so you know he's got everything going for him, really.
Reigning world champions from the amazing grand finals that we had also here in Moscow back in May. Outright favorites for many people here. That's Tornado Energy. Near you was racing around on his chair behind the desk earlier on just now, but we managed to catch hold of him for a while earlier today.
Нирю, игрок команды Tornado Energy. Ну что ж, поздравляю тебя с очередной победой. Нир, скажи, не устали побеждать в этом сезоне?
Привет. Нет, ждать мы не устали, вот, потому что побеждаем мы не так уверенно, как хотелось бы. Кто-то фейлит, кто-то косячит, чаще всего это я. Вот, и как бы надо меньше косячить, надо больше играть, тренироваться.
Скажи, ситуация с Rush, она здесь все взорвалось вокруг, ты сам здесь присутствовал, вчера видел, что творится в социальных сетях. Вы наверняка готовились специально под эту команду. Что вы теперь будете делать с своими стратегиями, домашними заготовками? Что, как дальше жить без Rush?
Блин, вот на самом деле, да, жить без Rush как бы плохо, потому что пора поднимать щиты за Rush, фанаты поднимаем щиты за Rush. Вот, готовились мы реально 2 недели именно к этой команде, вот, и не ожидали, что они отлетят. Мы даже думали, что если они вдруг упадут в нижнюю сетку, так может за ними полететь, вот. Но на самом деле обидно, что так произошло. У нас еще есть наши молодые дарования команды Unique, которая хоть и заняла 3-е место, но на этом турнире, я думаю, они вполне могут попасть в финал и посражаться с такими командами, как Дин, Казна Крю. И если вдруг, дай бог, нам повезет, попадем в финал и вдруг посражаемся вместе, хорошо ж будет.
Нир, скажи, ты в мире танков, можно сказать, икона стиля. У тебя есть дубленка, которую кроме тебя никто никогда не одевал и не носил. Скажи, правда она приносит тебе удачу?
Не, больше всего мне приносит удачу не дубленка, а мой беленький халатик. Под ним еще больше удачи, на самом деле, вот. То есть я такой достаточно разносторонний парень в плане и стиля, и общения. А в плане стиля просто все зависит от моего настроения. Вот, допустим, сейчас я стою там в кроссовках, в спортивных штанах, в нашей фирменной толстовке Tornado Energy, обязательно покупайте. Вот. А когда мне там хочется куда-нибудь сходить или когда у меня там нет настроения, я могу одеть обычные там шмотки, которые универ, там какие-нибудь огромные ботинки там, а когда там с девушкой на свидание, вот там и дубленочку можно взять.
Вопрос про вашего менеджера, да, Юра, о нем мы тоже много говорим. Действительно ли он вас держит в ежовых рукавицах? И ваше успешное выступление по ходу всего сезона, сколько процентов заслуги вот в этом вашего менеджера?
Да, менеджер нам хорошо помогает, там водичку приносит, дает ценные наставления. Когда кто-то дезморалится, он обязательно может поговорить с этим человеком. Если команда чувствует, что игрок начинает отдаляться от команды, он пытается его как бы, ну, свести с командой.
Ты говорил про то, что тебя поддерживают твои подписчики, твои зрители, а из близких людей, друзей, может быть, твоих однокашников, с кем ты учишься, есть ли у тебя какая-то фан-база вот из тех, кто к тебе приближен?
С моими одноклассниками и однокурсниками я, в принципе, общаюсь достаточно редко. С однокурсниками я общаюсь в основном только когда в университете. Все это время занимает это как моя семья, это, то есть моя команда, мы по факту реально как семья. У нас даже больше какие-то такие, помните, там, вот в этих 90-х, там, 60-х мафии были, вот у нас примерно так же. То есть друг за друга рвем глотки, но если кто-то закосячит, отправляется
в бетоне, в реку. Ноги в бетоне и в реку.
Да-да, именно так. Вот примерно так у нас строится команда. Что еще можно сказать? Мама смотрит, отец смотрит, а бабушка, ей как бы нельзя смотреть, потому что достаточно нервные игры иногда бывают. Если тайбрейки, какие-нибудь жесткие счета, то как бы она просто спрашивает счет, и если все хорошо, то все хорошо.
Ну и в завершение, что бы ты хотел сказать своим подписчикам и всех тех, кто смотрит за твоими трансляциями, тех, кто болеет за команду Tornado Energy в частности?
Хочу пожелать своим подписчикам 2 Порша, девочек побольше, возможно, один потом достанется кому-нибудь из нас. Вот, что еще можно сказать? Обязательно болейте за нас, пишите разные там штуки в пабле, кричалки и так далее. Это все очень клево, мы читаем обязательно всегда после игр, это угораем там. Нам действительно нравится, иногда сами заходим в чат ВГЛ, там спамим и так далее. Стараемся отвечать как можно больше, стараемся общаться со своими подписчиками как можно больше. Вас, конечно, много, но стараемся делать это регулярно, потому что фан-база — это действительно то, что заставляет нас не сдаваться в тяжелый момент, и то, что иногда приободряет, когда действительно веришь в команду, поднять щиты за раш. Вот.
Ну что, успехов тебе и твоей команде в частности.
Спасибо.
We have Mr. and Mrs. Near You with us as well, so pleased to have you. Your boy's doing you proud, as of course all of Tornado Energy is. He's on point, isn't he? He's on brand, he's got all his messages sorted out, he's got all his words ready to go, loves his followers, subscribers, and thinks you should buy his hoodie. Gonna get another title, what do you reckon? We won't do the predictions just yet, but it's not all gonna be one way for them. And what I think we should also remember in there, amongst the fun things he said, they put 2 weeks of prep in to face Rush, who then weren't here. But that's how much work they put in for one team. Oops have been a surprise to many people in this tournament. They would not have thought, Tornado would not have thought Oops were going to be up against them.
Well, I guess the preparation for Rush will not do them any bad in this particular situation here. I mean, maybe it's not the same playstyle. Rush and Oops there, Oops being a bit more aggressive and a bit more innovative.
There's a happy potato. He's had a great week, hasn't he? He's been relaxed and just having some fun all the time.
But just having seen Deha there just a second ago, I mean, when we were in the Oops room, you know, two or 3 hours ago, Deha was just asleep on the table. So how much preparation he's putting in to farm some damage today.
I thought they were using every second of every minute they had to prep for this semi-final.
Perhaps Deha's preparation is to catch up on a bit of sleep.
Okay.
You know, revitalize himself.
There's the man who needed those 2 extra hours.
Well, now he needs to burn off some energy.
Let's hope that will not get him confused.
A little tornado of his own. Who we got here?
Camille always looking super confident. He's sort of the face of the team now, sort of the leader, the motivation in the team.
Except when he failed the boost yesterday.
We will not talk about that.
We've had a lot of failed
if he has a very good day, then also the other Polish guys and the rest of the team will have a very successful day. So also a lot of stuff there depends on him. Milos here, always nervous. Actually the most nervous guy in the team from what I've experienced so far. And let's hope he can keep calm during the matches and remain his focus.
They are Oops, the Tough Giraffes. We've had Dead Zone a few times on the desk. Let's have a few more words from him as well.
I'm joined here with the Dead Zone, otherwise known as Kevin to everyone around us. You guys must be thrilled. You are now through to the semi-finals.
It's unbelievable, you know, when we started this tournament, without Insane, without our field commander, nobody ever expected us to get to this point.
I know, right? I was told, oh, Insane's not coming, and I was like, oh, so I know who's taking his place. What's going on there? Are you calling the shots now, or have you got a secondary commander inside of Oops?
It's like we're actually with 3 of us. It's me, Milos, and Karol, and together in-game making calls, you know, depending on who is where on the map, who is in the fight, who's out of the fight, and just discussing on slower maps what we're going to do, how we're going to react. And overall, it's going pretty good.
However, yesterday, at a bit of an upset, you beat Rush, Na'Vi. I don't think you came here planning to do that?
Well, we were just hoping, you know, let's take a group in second place, you know, and most likely we'll play unique. But in the end, you know, we're playing Rush, and suddenly our calls were on point. You know, Rush used their really, really good tactics. They spent hours on perfecting those, and they were really good. We just found, like, you know, the needle in the haystack. You know, just that one thing that can beat the tactic, and we managed to find it for like almost every round.
It was intense watching it. The crowd, everyone here, and I'm sure everyone at home, were cheering you on and going, ah, at every stage. What was that feeling as you realized that you had knocked them out? Because it wasn't about necessarily winning, or was it about winning?
Well, you know, we kind of wanted to win now. You know, once we're up, like we have 3 rounds, you know, we wanted the 3 rounds, Rush is out. Let's just, you know, finish it. You know, we're 3-4 down. Let's just do our best on Runeberg. You know, take this round. Okay, we're on the tiebreaker. Let's just do our best. We want to win this just for the honor of it, of beating Rush in a real match.
And then the feeling of knowing that you are the guys, with help of course, that essentially knocked out Rush. Was there a certain feeling that was inside of you for that moment?
Well, everybody was really euphoric. Everybody was like, you know, they wanted to jump screen. Everybody was like happy, you know, we beat Rush, and we're continuing, you know, in the group stage, out of group stage, next to the bracket. It's unbelievable.
So the next match, Tornado, different beast, same beast?
It's different because Tornado, you know, they've won the last 2 events. You know, they've been winning it, and they've been winning everything that's happened so far. You know. And it's a bigger challenge because they got more people dedicated to tactics. They've had more time to prepare, and they're really working on it now as well, you know, in order to get there to that point to be ready for our match.
Now, you mentioned just before this interview started that you've used your A game again and again and again, and you're now a bit worried that maybe it won't work for the next one.
Well, we've got, you know, a couple pocket strats still left, a couple A game strats, and the rest we're going to be working on that, you know, the remainder of the day, and tomorrow we're going to be preparing all for that match.
Is there a suspicion that Tornado are not using their A grade right now, or do you believe this is already their best in this tournament so far?
I haven't seen anything special yet from Tornado. It's mostly they're playing basic stuff that other teams have played, that they've played before, and because their team play is so good, they're managing to beat those teams. Against Kasna, maybe they use some A game, you know, to get finally that 5-2 victory, but so far they have not used a lot of it yet.
What's the support like for you guys at the moment? I think there is a lot of new fans coming out of the woodwork and a lot of emotions that you've not really had before. What is that support like right now for your team?
It's incredible to see, you know, here at the venue, there's everybody supporting us, team handlers, other teams, they're cheering for us. Everybody that's here as staff is also supporting us. It's unbelievable. You know, we never got this far in the tournament, you know. We got to top 4 EU finals, but being top 4 in the world, that's already unbelievable.
Are you ready to get to the finals?
Yeah, we're gonna do our best. We're gonna, you know, work all night long and beat Tornado.
All right, well, good luck, man.
Thank you.
That's Deadzone talking about the preparation of the Tough Giraffes getting here, with Near You getting a couple of extra appearances in the videos, like he didn't have enough time of his own earlier on. They're in good spirits. Your guys are confident about this. They know it's a huge challenge against them. And there's this extra question. There's been a bit of practicing going on. The teams have all got their practice rooms here where they can warm up for their games and then practice when the other matches are on. Everybody's got their own room. Everybody's been getting a lot of practicing in over the first few days of this tournament. And Oops were scrimming with Tornado because they were worried about their game against Rush specifically. But that does mean that they've played a lot together, and Oops was very open about this, saying, yeah, we've got to come up with some new stuff, as we said, overnight, because Tornado know us well now.
Well, I guess it's more of a problem for Oops, not for Tornado. Tornado will have way more stuff prepared than Oops, and so they can just hold back or not play the stuff that they played in the scrims. But yeah, it's going to be a real challenge for Oops. When we look at the maps here, actually, very important for Oops here is to win the initial rounds and take early points. I think Himmelsdorf isn't so bad. Looking at the recent performance, they've won 6 out of 8 rounds so far on that map in this tournament. But we have to say, I guess Niall has to agree with me on that, Tornado is a very strong map on Himmel, definitely because rotations and team play matters there a lot, which Tornado excels at.
Well, I think Oops has heeded my advice from earlier on today. I said to Deadzone to pick some bad maps at the beginning, get them out of the way, don't have them at the end of the game where you could, you know, potentially have a close scoreline and then lose it because of a map. You know, you want to do that.
Still got to be in it at that stage, though. You still got to get some rounds.
That's why I said just one map. You can't do it with multiple maps because then you get into a very difficult situation if those go to 0-2s. But Sand River ban from Tornado, expected?
Yeah, pretty obvious. They haven't played it yet, and I guess they also haven't prepared anything there, so very obvious ban. And I think also the Oops guys have chosen the correct ban there against Tornado, being Ghost Town, because Ghost Town is definitely one of the maps that you don't want to be facing Tornado on. Yeah, again on Tornado, on Ghost Town, team play matters and individual skill matters, and I think Tornado sort of has the upper hand there.
Proc is going to turn up as our tiebreaker, as well as I think our 5th map in that series as well, which is Tornadoes. They own that thing.
Well, interesting to see actually. Proc, we've seen it multiple times throughout the tournament with Jagdpanzers and a lot of weird 1-2 line pushes. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see that in this match.
7-4. But I have to say who in favour of, don't I? That's the tricky bit. I can't just leave it at that, unfortunately. I know how you want this to go, but you've seen me all tournament as well, like putting all my predictions in from the sort of heart end of the table, and I feel you've very much been the head end of the table. But I am expecting the rematch of the Grand Finals because I think this is going to go Tornado's way. As great as Oops have been throughout this tournament, I'm going 7-4 in favour of Tornado because I think this is just one step too far.
Yeah, as Hulk said before, my heart goes with Oops. Sort of my brain goes with Tornado there, but I'm still gonna stick with Oops and I'm gonna give them a 7-6.
I'm pleased you're sticking with your guys. I am. I want that to happen for them as well.
Well, I got so much slack for picking Unique over Ding in the previous game. This time I'm gonna go with what my heart wants, and I'm gonna go for Oops 7-6. Good
boy, Niall.
I'm hoping you're both right. I will be happy if my prediction is wrong here. But Tomato the Lobster making predictions all week long with us here out in Moscow. He's got one more to make, so here it comes. Tornado or Oops? You need to show us now. Couldn't see the little black referee fish in the tank, but I think that result will still stand. WOTfinals.com to give us yours. Tomato thinks it's going to be Tornado. I think it's going to be Tornado, and I'm the only one who got the last game right. So, oh, I'm allowed to mention that once, aren't I? Let's get to it. Tornado against Oops. The world champions making it through to the Grand Finals for a rematch of earlier's Grand Final from this year, or an all-European final. And Oops, they've already done one big upset this tournament, and they fancy another. Let's go over to Daki and Mojo for our second semi-final and see who gets to the Grand Final against Ding.
Thank you so much, Matt. And yes, you were the only one that was right in the last match. And Niall, you can go with your heart now, but for me, you'll always be a traitor.
Yeah, they're constantly betraying our European teams.
It's not. It's like you do it once, that's okay. But Melan betrayed Oops before, and Niall betrayed his own teammate, Zafar. That's just
mean,
unacceptable.
Unacceptable. But we are hoping that Matt the Oracle will completely fail this time. So far, he was actually really close. All right. So we are going to stomp on him and prove that Oops can actually win this game. Go Oops!
All I'm saying, Mojo, if the Oracle was right, we're having lobster for dinner.
Yeah, you're not going to survive the after party, bro.
Oh, I want to say something so valid, I'm not going to do it. Tornado here. You know, everybody's been talking, saving strats. Mojo, can Tornado bring something new to the table?
I think the main strength of Tornado is anyways their personal skill and response type in other games. So strats, I think they can still show us some new openings that people didn't think of. And we have 350 Bs on Himmelsdorf on defense. Well, talking about something new.
The triple 50B for Tornado Energy on the defensive side of Himmelsdorf. Oops, gonna be bringing it on the attack. Mojo, triple 50B, what does this say to you?
super aggressive play, possible even rotations from the hillside maybe. And we have 4 Super Conquerors from the Oops
We
side.
get a split, Mojo. It's going to be Tornado on the defense, Oops on the attack, but look at the split. Triple 50B down 1-2. Everybody else on the other side.
Complete different from what I said. Nice. Never mind. That's why they're Tornado. I am definitely not. 1-1-3 going through the middle. He will be the main spotter for Tornado to see any kind of possible rotation from Oops. This is actually super important and interesting to see. What will these 50Bs do?
Applewoww there in the 113 going to be acting as a spotter. He's going to be joined by a triple Super Conqueror. Can Camille get some connections on towards that 113? The first one from Oops on towards Camille, on towards Applewoww, the second one as well. Applewoww forced to run away, but look at this aggression. The triple 50B now. K-line, J-line, Super Conks 113, 8-line Mojo. What does Oops do?
I think Oops actually should gather up and counter-attack them. Like, they do have the potential
Oops
to deal
is
with
just
it.
holding it. This could be beautiful stuff from Oops. They are expecting something, but will they be in the positions to hold? Does the dead zone see the 4 tanks from Tornado? He does. Gerolf is there as well. Oops is holding the angle. Smart stuff from them, realizing an aggressive play was within the possibilities of Tornado.
This is actually really good. They read well that the 50Bs can press. But Tornado cannot just push in anymore blindly because they do not know exactly where are the Oops guns. Yes, we can see them on a mini-map, but they cannot. They do not know the exact position and they cannot just go to the Lion's Den blindly.
Oops now grouping up on the south side of the map. Still, Oops, Camille on the hill, supported by, I think it's Milosh over there in his Super Conqueror. Tornado very split around the map.
But Tornado immediately reacting and moving away. They realized, okay, this is not gonna work. There is no freebie here. Back to the drawing board, back to the starting positions. And let's start watching the map.
Here they come though. Oops, slowly making their way in the K-line. It's a triple hit squad. There's a single 50B there from Tornado to spot it out. And already Nesqui tries to get the first connection. He does on towards Raging Potato. He's going to be forced to back off rather quickly. Near you joining the likes of his Super Conquerors. But Oops, they have halted for now.
Yeah, they're gathering up their forces so they can do the rotation. They're still probably debating what they actually want to do because they now don't know what is the Tornado positions. Tornado did something really significant with this. Yes, they lost some HP, but they bought a lot of time. Look at this. Almost 3 minutes are gone. They're completely gone from any kind of agenda Oops has. So that means less rotations and less possibilities to do on a map. In one moment when they actually decide to commit, they might not have time for it.
Yeah, look at Tornado though. Diodor server nuclear. Now server team was closing as well, but now falling back again towards the 8 line. It's going to be another 50B of Griffon joining near you. Nuclear Diodor going to start pushing up on the hill, but this is not an opening that Oops have left for Tornado. There's Camille in the bad shot holding that angle.
I must notice something, like you remember how the Tornado started tournament every time losing a couple of rounds, playing really casual, almost reminded on some casual free-for-all play. But in last game we saw Ding trying really hard in start to surprise Unique, so they will throw them as younger team off balance. It does look like Tornado is actually trying to do the same, to play super aggressive first couple of games with some new strats, maybe make a early lead. There you go, Milosh is already taking some shots. And if they throw them off balance with a lead, knowing that they're a younger team, they will just continue then normal and win the match.
I like this though from Oops so far. They need to get moving though, Mojo, because if Tornado takes 0 line, if they take hill control, Applewoww will be covered by a lot of guns. So Oops needs to hustle up and move a little bit quicker, but 1-2 line is left wide open for Oops for the taking.
Yeah, it's a lot of guns on the hill, but actually Applewoww will be covered only by 1. If he's pressed from 8 line, he will have nowhere to run. Absolutely nowhere.
See Camille here holding the hill, holding the spot. He will see Nuclear very soon, who will peek up in that Super Conqueror. Nesqui still in 1-2 line. There we go. He spots out Nuke in this Super Conqueror. Camille, does he get a spot on the rest of the tanks? Can he get out on time? He is falling back now. Good stuff there from Camille. He doesn't necessarily know how many tanks from Tornado are over there though. He only spotted Nuclear.
Well, when you see Nuclear, you guess that there is more, because that would be suicidal to just push Super Kong, especially since he committed. Applewoww is running away through the middle. Now, he is taking some damage here. He was checked.
Applewoww blown up! Decha coming in with the double Super Conqueror to close him out of this game. And now Server seems to be in a little bit of trouble as well. Oops is now falling back. They spot out the 50Bs on top of the hill. They need to go safe. They can't be clipped out here. Oops need to survive this engagement. Nesquik now pushing well to line as well. Milosh pushing forward together with Camel. Server, he's left alone. There's no support for him. Creator, Karov not being clipped up by Nesquik. He does not miss those kind of shots. Raging Potato trying to find an angle. Nesquik's on reload now though. So now Camille and Milosh pushing on towards Server. That's a nice hash connection there for 500. But that will be all she wrote for Server as Oops take a 2-tank lead in the first round on Himmelsdorf.
Absolutely brilliant and ice cold reactions from Oops here. Maybe they're young, maybe they're newer than Tornado, but they're playing supreme. At the moment, 2-tank lead for them. Karol on low HP, Milosh kind of, but this is a brilliant start for them.
Milosh now taking another shot of damage in his Super Conqueror. He's still alive though. Nesquik really has nowhere to go, nowhere to run off to, but Griffon comes out from the hill, picks up a tank here for Tornado. Decha needs to be careful as well. Nesquik tanking over there in that corner, staying safe. The Dead Zone now takes a shot of damage as well. Decha pushing through. Decha still moving. Camel's going to take one here. He gets set on fire as well by Nesquik. That's going to put him below a one-shot. That's not that great for Oops. Tornado now taking back the HP lead, and they really need to get Nesquik out of this game. Nuke now pushing forward, but Niryu, he's on the flank through the K-line. They need to get Nesquik out.
Luckily, Camille had that repair kit, so he repaired the Amorek, the engine, turret, and whatever was burned down in that conflict. Griffon has 4 shells. I don't think Camille will survive this unless he manages to hide behind his teammates.
Look at
Oops
this,
is actually taking a lot of damage now.
Niryu pushing on towards Karov. He knows Creator is not a threat right now. Niryu needs one more shot to pick it up. He'll finish off Creator as well. No! Yes, he does with a fire again on towards him. But it's only 3 tanks left standing here for Tornado. Diador, Griffon, and Niryu, but they can still do the damage. Raging Potato got Nesquik in the meantime. But now, Oops, Decha needs to push up. Decha needs to clean up Griffon. Camille! Griffon with a great reaction shot there. He's now he's not a 2-shot for Decha either. He's running down the 8 line, but there's the Dead Zone there. Who gives him one? 486. Griffon, where are you going to go to now? He's sitting in 8 line. Decha should be able to close out this kill, but I think they'll lose Raging Potato in return.
Decha, the hunter, I think he will get him. You do know when he has smell of the prey will fall down. And there we go. Griffon is falling down. Decha is in reload now. This is important that him and Deadzone are alive. Deadzone is a new player for them at the moment. The guy who didn't play a single tournament with them or in a while are actually supposed to carry the game against the likes of Diador and Niryu.
Decha now, what does he do from this cap? Because he's sitting safe on it. The Dead Zone is going to be joining them. That's risky. Diador will give him at least 1 on the crossing. There we go. And now Oops kind of left himself vulnerable here to Tornado. Diador and Niryu are going to be able to pick the engagement where they want to come from.
Niryu closing in from one side. Diador waiting to fade before he connects anything. 50B doing the work.
Niryu versus Decha now. Niryu only has 2 more shots. He's going to drop Decha low though. Niryu on reload is a 2-shot. Diador from the other angle. He does not get a connection. Now what does Oops do? How do they play this? They know Niryu has 1 or 2 shots max and Decha is going to chase. Niryu needs to run now. Dead Zone is following. This is risky play from Oops. The time won't be there to win it after.
I don't think they will be able to cap after. They will need to be on 1 cap for at least 60 seconds each without a reset. There is simply no time for this, and Niryu is playing the game well. He's just buying the time, and he's waiting for Diador to come closer.
The Dead Zone will be facing off against Niryu. In the meantime, Niryu drawing out as much time as he can. They can still cap with 2 guys, but it will take 1 minute. And Diador is already going safe. Tornado recovering in this round. Oops pushing off the cap. It feels like the wrong decision.
It just was a nice start for them, but the reaction of Tornado, unbelievable correct all the time. Niryu exchanging the shells here with Decha. Which one will survive? It's Decha, but the number 8 enemy, that always wins.
Yeah, Dead Zone will not make it there in time. Diador is actually starting to close the distance a little bit, but they know, he realizes there is no chance here for Oops. And it is going to be Tornado on the first round of Himmelsdorf that should pick this up. And Oops, they fought, they tried, but in the end, they didn't make it work. They pushed off the cap, which I felt was a mistake.
Yeah, I think some mistakes were done a bit earlier because
Griffon picking up Camille, that snap was amazing.
That's the shot that pretty much decided the game.
Camille
but also a lot of luck there for Tornado in one moment because they managed to set on fire 2 Oops guys, one of them being Kamil. That was really misfortunate.
Yeah, their time runs out. Tornado pick up the first round of Himmelsdorf, and Oops had it. They had it. They could smell victory. Kamil dying there. Well, Kamil getting set on fire and then dying against Griffon. He needed to get the shot, but he needed to get out safely.
Other than that, this game was really brilliant. The catching of Applewhite, checking him 2 times in a row, blow up. He even didn't need to blow up there. He would die anyways. Like, they had him. He had nowhere to go. It was a good game.
Even the fire on towards Creator. I mean, if he could have survived that engagement if he did not get set on fire. He burned for 1 tick. Even with a fire extinguisher, he would have gone down. So, unfortunate stuff there, really, for Oops.
Now, what can you do? It's the first game. You move on. You go to the next ones. I'm really looking forward to see actually what was the damage displacement in this team, because Deadzone always says, I'm in one of the top damage dealers in the Oops all the time.
Could have gone different there for Oops. A little bit of miscoordination. I mean, they got a free pick on towards Applewhite, though.
Yeah, but that was a tactical mistake by Tornado, and good read by Oops, how to reposition, where to put the tanks. And as I said already, even though Applewhite was double-checked, it didn't matter. He was wide open for multiple guns from Oops there. He would not survive. One way or another, he would just not survive.
Nonetheless, Oops showing at least a solid performance in the first round of Himmelsdorf against Tornado, almost bringing them to defeat.
That was really close game. Much closer than Tornado would like, probably. Not enough.
And I wouldn't even say, I would
like.
say Tornado should by far be the superior team on Himmelsdorf, by like miles.
Well, Oops was always one of the best teams actually in Europe on Himmel.
But it's Tornado.
But comparing to Tornado, definitely we should not say something like that. Still, really good game coming from Oops. Interesting new strat coming in from Tornado. I'm hoping to see more of this.
This hit here sets Kamil on fire.
This is the decider.
Burns him for like 500 HP. Like just about puts him below a 1-shot. Decha wins the trade here against Near You, but it didn't matter anymore at that moment in time. Their only play they had to win the round was to stay on the cap.
I must say, I heard a really good commendation for Decha's play by all the Russian commentators. They just all said he's a beast. A beast. A really brilliant damage dealer, always in position, steady hand, like whatever you want.
Griffon really won that game for them. Like he spent so much time with Decha and Kamil, drawing them out, drawing them around, and then that snap really made a big difference.
There you go, guys. You can see like Applewhite when he was crossing there. Yes, he was checked and everything.
This is it. Like Near You comes around, Karov kills him in 2 shots. There we go. And then Creator is 435, gets set on fire.
Yeah, and he didn't have any more shots. He would go around the corner, he would be alive, and maybe do one shot.
Creator would be alive. Creator would be alive. That's a Super Conqueror alive.
Things happen, guys. Things just happen, and that's it. You cannot control it.
You can see the focus there on the faces. It was close for Oops. It was close. It's a good round to think about, though. Decha coming in top damage.
Yeah, we said it multiple times. That Amorek blow-up, that definitely helped a bit with this, but I don't think he got more than like 800-900 damage for that. 3.8k for Decha, everyone else from Tornado on a top page here. Shame. But if some of the Oops guys survived a bit longer, we might have a completely different game.
Yeah, unfortunate there. And even the hash in the end of the day really helped for Tornado on towards Kamil. If Server shoots normal and rolls for like 400, if Server shoots for 400, then Kamil, even with the fire, would stay above a 1-shot for Griffon.
If you check the statistics, guys, from the game, almost identical number of shots, penetrations, connections, damage blocked identical. So really close game here. Really close.
Such little things there. I mean, it's good on Server to shoot hash. Oops now get to defend, though. But defending against Tornado, giving them the time to move around, think about, make their reaction. Let's see how it goes, though, because Tornado on the attack, Oops on the defense. Double Type 5, triple Super Conk, a bot, and a 50B for Tornado.
And we have on Oops 1 Type 5 in defense, so not some super heavy lineup combined with E4. We have a lot of Super Kongs 50B and Bachat, so Oops wants to be able to rotate. They want to play the game on par with Tornado.
Well, Oops is going to bring it. They want to bring it all even coming out of Himmelsdorf. So let's see. Oops going to be defending. Tornado going to be attacking. And so far, how do the starts look like?
So we are coming into the second round of Himmelsdorf. Oops is at the moment on the blue side up. Bachat is spotting the middle. And he will try to see if there is any kind of significant crossing by Type 5s of Tornado there, or they're going the hill.
Ooh, Nesqui here gets a spot on double Super Conqueror. No damage dealt so far, though. Deja is going to have to play it safe as well in his E4. That's Nesqui there, peeking 8 line, spotting them. A good adaptation from Tornado.
Deja being spotted there, he should know by now that there is on 8 line Bachat spotting. There is no other way you can do it. Deja picking up there, that was already a blind shot because they had just a good guess where he is since he already faded. The rest of the Oops tanks are taking control of the rail line, but nice 2 connections here by Camilo Nesqui and a bit of panic here. He actually hugged the mountain.
And Nesqui there, that's a good adaptation from Oops, realizing that it has to be 8 line. Camil goes towards 8 line, mans up and gives Nesqui 2 for just 1. So yes, Oops initially losing the trade, but Nesqui, that Bachat, that mobile tank, being on 1k HP, it's gonna hurt them more.
It's gonna hurt them a lot, but Tornado is already shifting their tactics. They're just leaving 150B up on a hill, and Bachat is joining him. Everyone else from the single shooter heavies is going down.
Nuclear Apowow now moving down. Tornado moving towards the 1-2 line. That's going to be interesting because there is a lot of tanks here available for Oops to deal with that.
There is almost entire Oops teams here, and if they press, it's not going to end well for Tornado. We've seen multiple times that actually some teams just don't bulge. They do know that you are faking rotations and they just wait for it, wait it out. We've actually seen it even on a previous match between Unique and Ding on Ruingbear as example, when Ding made some advantage in HP, connected a couple of shots with Jack Panzer, but Unique didn't bulge. They actually held positions, expecting that Ding will just come back and try to push there.
Let's see now the grouping of Tornado in the bottom side. It's going to be 5 tanks. Nesqui probably to join them. Going K-line, and can Oops hold on? Can they batter down the hatches and make the connections that they need?
So far, the Oops guys had a steady hand. They were connecting the shots. So if it comes to that here, I believe they will survive. The problem that comes for them is if the battle displaces all over the place, and it's a lot of single...
It's no good. Double Super Conqueror from Oops are going to be out of position right now. Karov, does he see it? He does. He spots out one of the Type 5s. He spots out everybody, but I don't believe that one Super Conqueror will be able to get out of there. That's Raging Potato, who's a little bit too far forward. Where's he going to go? Can he go safe at the very least? And
seconds will decide.
Tornado don't know. They don't see him. Can Karov still get across? Can Raging still get across? No, he can't. He has to stop there. Is he still going to go for it? Raging Potato! Raging Potato takes a lot of damage, takes even more. He could not do that crossing anymore, and this is going to hurt for Oops. Raging Potato getting focused on. Raging Potato getting removed, and this is exactly what Oops didn't need.
But why did he go? He should have stayed behind the house and did most of the shots he can, supported by the rest of the team. This was a bad call, just bad judgment call, and now Oops is in disarray.
Oops is in big disarray. Diodor being focused out, so that's good shooting there. Karov wants to pick him up. Can he get the kill? Can he get the last shot needed? No, Near You is shielding for him. Now he does, though. The Dead Zone picks it up. Nuclear pushing forward. Near You will be removing Karov from this game in the meantime, though. The Dead Zone is going to have to win against Nuclear in the meantime to have a chance. Karov is trying to leave, trying to give Dead Zone an option to survive.
Karov is trying to reload this, but Near You is pumping enough damage here. I think he will actually kill him before the reload, unless Dead Zone does something about it. And he can't. The tanks of Oops are falling. Karov is down. Dead Zone managed to finish the Type 5, but he will be pressured one-on-one against Near You, and Near You has more HP.
In the meantime, Griffon finds Creator from top of the hill. Good shooting there from the 50B. Near You comes out, gets another nice pickup as well. It's just 4 guns from Oops versus 5 from Tornado. Near You fancy his chances here against the Dead Zone. Can he get the play? Can he make the one-on-one? The Dead Zone going around. Camil in the meantime pushing on towards Nesqui. Nesqui gonna go around the corner here. Camil gets 2. The Dead Zone goes down. Nesqui still alive. And this is not looking good for Oops.
No, one little mistake is all that takes against the world champion of the rank of Tornado. You cannot afford those. That was not a small mistake, guys. You need to focus up against it. Milos is trying to finish off Nesqui, who is on one shot. But Nesqui can just dodge him endlessly, being faster. Whoa! What happened there?
Ooh, nice shot there from Gryffindor onto the back of that Type 5 Heavy. He's now on reload. It is still just 4 guns from Oops versus the 2 guns from Oops versus the 4 of Tornado.
4 of Tornado, and they do have the more mobile setup. They have a 50B coming from the hill, plus we have a server in Super Conqueror near you on Super Conqueror who can outrotate it. Maybe a high roll here. No, just not enough. 39 health remaining on near you, and that will really make a huge problem for Dehak. He cannot rotate this turret all the time, but maybe he will make it and finish him off.
Well, even if he does, Server in the meantime is farming Milosh in that Super Conqueror. Dehak finds him, can Milosh reload on time, kill Server? No, he cannot. Server survives on 282 HP, and now they're going to start closing the distance against Oops, and Oops will fall 2-0 on Himmelsdorf.
Oh, Dehak, can you do 3 Amorex in a row? I don't think so. 742 damage on Applewhite. They are driving like they don't care because they do know the advantage they have.
It is Tornado to pick up their second round on Himmelsdorf, and the timing there, Mojo, Raging Potato being found. He should have just sit safe behind the house and pray.
He should have stayed there the moment they were spotted. There was no way to cross the trail. No way to cross it. It's just that moment of jitters that you feel, and you feel compelled to do something. If he was patient, he would do at least 2 or 3 shots before dying.
He would have gone to the dead zone. I don't think that Tornado going to cross the K-line then, if he was with the dead zone. And Karolf, they would have just killed anybody.
Yeah, but anyways, if he had to stay there, he would do a couple of shots before they push him and kill him. They would kill him eventually, that's 100%. But the rest of his team would also farm some damage before it happens. Otherwise, this was like just a freebie.
This was a 100% freebie for the side of Tornado. Oops now trailing 2-0. And they are going to have to make a comeback here to get back into this one. Because if Tornado starts running away 3-0, 4-0, I just don't believe that they can recover.
Yeah, they will not even have to throw all those special tactics then, because they can just play most of the maps at least 1-1 just based on their skill level, which is supremely high.
First round should have been Oops' second. A big mistake coming out there. This was good stuff on... Ooh, that was a great shield from Diador. And then, yeah, here as well. Karolf basically wasting 2 shots because of that. If he gets a full clip on near you, could maybe be different as well. A little bit of bad shooting there from the side of Oops.
Raging here, trying to calm himself. He sees Fidget there in a meantime. This is the moment we were talking about, pretty much the groundbreaking moment of this game.
Such a mistake, still trying to run away. He would have done like 2 or 3 shots, I guess, if he stayed behind the house. But the timing, just the timing.
It's not only about the damage that he would do. It's also about the damage that the other teammates would do based on approach of Tornado toward him. So there was no way to defend him, 100%. But he would do some shots, and then someone else would connect something, and it would not be a guy falling for a 3 for free, but it would be maybe an exchange for like 2,000 HP. So that's completely different story.
See near you there in the Super Conqueror doing 4.5k damage. Dehak again coming in with 4k by himself as well. But Raging Potato, I think he got 1 or 2 shots, and that's really the big difference maker in this round.
He didn't fire a single one.
Else, like it's that, and then Karolf not doing a full clip of damage as well. If he does, he can like, if he kills Diador on that shot, then he can do 1 more shot of damage to Nuclear. Dead Zone kills Nuclear earlier. I mean, it could still be different, but still, Tornado had the setup.
Yeah, there we go. Lower amount of penetrations here now from Oops. A lower number of hits also. Lower number of shots fired even overall. So definitely we can see the reason. I was commending them for fine shooting in the previous game. But in this one, positioning and shooting were definitely the 2 things that failed them.
Well, let's see now what Tornado can bring, what Oops can bring. It's going to be Moravanka. Oops on the defense. Triple IS-7, Super Conk, and 3 bat shots. Tornado on the attack. STRV, triple Super Conk, T100, a bat shot, and an IS-7.
We've seen a lot of approaches here like this. We've seen how you can approach the middle in attack with IS-7, with Super Conquerors covering. STRV usually on upper line, light tank spotting ahead. But we need to see, does Tornado actually wants to play standard, or they want to play some trick from the sleeve?
Doesn't look like Oops is about to play standard Mojo as they are moving towards the eastern side, but Tornado, not 1, not 2, but 7 tanks going east.
No split coming in here at all. They are playing stick together team, expecting some kind of mind play from Oops, and they do not want to give them a round because of that. They do know that this is probably a groundbreaking round. If they manage to beat Oops in this one, they will have a huge lead and morale boost and everything working for them.
Oops, only seen Nesquik so far. Carol of the Dead Zone are going to be sitting over there as well in the crossfire. Creator takes the first shot of damage. They see one of the Super Kongs, and Oops, if they continue pushing here, they find Server. Creator takes another shot of damage here. They need to be careful. Server peeking out just by turret, tries to trade on towards the Dead Zone. They don't find the angle, so Dead Zone takes 1 in return now, forced back around the corner, and so far, so good. Dead Zone takes 1, Carol takes 1. They're now going to be on reload though. They're going to have to run away. Oops has to bail. They can't stay here.
They must bail, but they also must hope they will not be spotted, because Nesquik will pursue like a hound dog. He will try to keep them spotted for his team so they can farm free damage. If these Bachats get spotted again trying to cross up, there's gonna be pain.
There is gonna be pain. Karov is crossing on the K-line. I think he got tracked there for a second as well. Karov takes more damage. Tornado with a great opening once more. Karov just about makes it out. I think he will just about be alive, but Oops have bled and Oops have been beaten so far.
2000 HP down for Oops here, and Carol on barely 700 HP. Milos also taking some damage. Creator also taking some damage. Now they have to go back up positions, but this was really good opening for Tornado, because under 2 minutes they did almost 3k free damage.
Yeah, Oops there. Predicting Tornado to play standard. Tornado not doing that. All 7 tanks going towards the forest. Nuclear now going to be going forward. Oops needs to go quickly. Let's put it like that, because once the cap starts, time will be an issue.
Tornado will know very soon that there is actually no one spot in this 2 cap. They will put immediately at least 1 or 2 guys in the cap and surround with everyone else from the heavies and so on. So they are, if there is no one spotted, they know there will be a rotation coming in from Oops somewhere. And Oops will have to do it in more or less suicidal fashion, because they will have no time to play any kind of fancy tactics.
Nesquik trying to figure out if Oops left one of the Batshots in position. He's getting closer and closer towards the cap. There is going to be 1 Batshot going towards A7. Oops need to beat the timing here. Nesquik, I think he realizes that there is nobody. He's going to be on the cap in a second or 2. Figures out he's not spotted, and that is going to be cap started for the side of Tornado.
Oops is almost rotated straight over them. They will be spotted any second now, and then the cap started. So this is the moment that the shootout will decide who will win this game.
Here we go, Raging Potato, Creator starting to close the distance. There's a Batshot going A-line, there's a Batshot going B-line. Creator, Raging, they're about to find Applewhile. They're spotted out now. Dead Zone's already spotted out, and his Batshot takes 1 shot of damage. Applewhile takes a little bit more in return though on his Super Conqueror. That's a good initial play, but Dead Zone now stuck in that position over there. Applewhile doesn't find the connection. The I7's Raging. Creator, they're going into ping. They're going to try and do the damage here towards Applewhile. Applewhile dropped low. Applewhile dropped out of this round. Raging Potato in return though. Look at the damage that I7 is taken. You might get Applewhile, but we'll take 1 in return. Oops, still trailing in HP.
Still 2000 HP, the HP they lost in the start of disadvantage for Oops here. Dead Zone and Karov, the most important tanks in a moment next to Deha and Super Kong, are on really low HP. That really limits their options for rotation, and the cap is still undergoing.
How are they going to reset this cap? How are they going to find an opening? Creator, Deha, Milos, the heavy tanks here for the side of Oops are starting to close the distance. Batshots rotating back south. Are they going to try and make an overmatch over there? Nuclear lining up against Milos already. Creator getting spotted out now as well. They're going to have to face with Griffon in his Super Conqueror. Nuclear does not connect. Can they find this T100?
T100 is probably soon run away, but by that time already Tornado will be in position to shoot these guys. Don't forget, they already have 1 I7. They never abandoned the K-line with that I7. The fight we were watching was actually 5 guys from Tornado fighting it.
Milos now moving forward to get the spot on the T100. Can he make it? Nesquik spotted out, but they lose Milos in return. Yes, damage being done on towards the T100, but it's another tank in favor of Tornado.
They don't manage to shut down Nesquik, it will not be worth it. 270 HP.
I think Server's going for Creator. Looks like
Server's no HP there.
Server is making his way in his Batshot. He sees Creator. He smells that opportunity over there. Creator getting shot from multiple angles. Creator getting tracked now as well. Server to clean it up, and that is 3 tanks down. 4 Oops now. 4 remaining. Tornado taking it in a one-step program. 3 out of the 7 completed.
This is not going well for Oops again. This round is definitely shifting toward Tornado. Huge advantage, 2000 HP, but more importantly, they have 6 compared to 4 guns of Oops. And Oops is on... They're on defense and they're on their knees. They do not have the main tanks that are supposed to do the rotation.
Unless Deja manages to blind fire Nesquik here and kill him, I do not believe that Oops has an opportunity.
Only the blind shot here can help Oops a little bit. Just a little bit.
If he finds Nesquik, it would be amazing. It's just so unlikely though. Nesquik has so much room on this cap to work with.
And let's not forget there is more than 4 minutes left. So even if he falls, there are replacements that Tornado can actually use.
Yeah, Nearyu is going to be joining soon. That's going to drop the cap down low. That will probably force Deja in a reaction. He's still trying to blind fire. He's still trying to find an angle. Here we go, Nearyu. He's going to be joining, and the STRV drops it down towards 27 seconds now. There needs to be a spot. Already Server is ready and waiting. He gives one to Camille. Takes a lot in return though, Server. A little bit of a mistake. Server down towards a one shot, but it's 17 seconds. There needs to be a reset. Is it going to come? Who is going to spot the cap? It's an STRV, and it's a T100. You're not going to see them. 8 seconds remain now. Dead Zone goes down in return. Camille forced forward. 5 seconds left. He's going to have to try and blind fire. 3 seconds left now. Oops. Scrambling to get the reset, but it won't happen as Tornado cap it out and gonna make it 3-0 over Oops.
Strong opening here for Tornado. Strong opening for Tornado. Very safe games. Good rotations, good focus fire, good readouts on what is Oops doing. They staggered a bit in the first game on Himmelsdorf, but since then, every choice was a correct one.
Looks like the steam train, that is Tornado Energy, about to pick up speed. 3-0 now. If they go down 4-0, 5-0, it's going to turn into a high-speed train.
It's already a bloodbath. Honestly, Tornado makes it look so simple. It's a skill, actually, you need to acquire over time to make something that they're doing look so simple. And it is not even close.
This reminded me of the Oops Unique, not the Unique versus Ding match, where Unique trying to counter a play from Ding that they've seen before, but just different. Tornado here, this time not leaving two Super Conquerors back, but pushing with the entire team. Forest, Oops, not predicting it, trying to scramble, but losing so much for it.
It's just a lot of good reads and good thinking coming from Tornado, and again, as we said before, combined with the animal speed of reactions they have. Like, they react as a unit instantly everywhere on a battlefield.
This is really good from them, honestly. I mean,
guys, when you watch Tornado, you can watch the screen, but with one eye, always keep an eye on that minimap and just see how well they cover each other and how fast they move to cover each other.
Now this has to be Oops now. They need to pick up their first round here. It has to happen. They cannot go down 4-0. If they do, Tornado will become unstoppable.
I really hope it's already not too late, because this is huge advantage. This is not some kind of advantage that you can easily come out from. This will require a heavy gameplay from Oops and a lot of mistakes from Tornado to come back from.
Look at this. Raging Potato is full HP at this point. Creator picks up the kill here. Raging 1.6, Raging 1.1, Raging dead. If they killed Nesquik here, maybe.
Yeah, they would have at least not to suicide.
But they would put Nearyu on the cap.
They would put us STRV, yes.
And here Creator running away, but just a little bit too late.
That's the problem. Like, Oops guys know what will happen, but they have no solution how to deal with it.
It is very hard to recover without a spotter and no control over eastern side. One would say impossible.
That opening was just not good. Tornado had so much tanks involved from that side. They simply didn't allow Butchots from Oops to run away. They took so much damage right there from the start of the game.
Yeah, that shooting was great, though, on towards Raging. If he stayed alive, maybe. I mean, I think Creator got a little bit of a better angle. Milosh here spotting out Nesquik, which was also a suicide for this.
Yeah, he did just had to go. He had no choice what to do about it. He absolutely had to spot the cap. Otherwise, the game would be lost 100% right there and then. So that was the only measure that they had. This is the problem with a map like Murovanka. When you are stuck in this situation, when enemy makes you do something like this, you have to throw a tank away to do the spot. There is no other way out of it. And that was, of course, the plan of Tornado.
And they made that plan work, making it 3-0. NearU picking up a double kill here. Be a shame. Be a shame. Oops. At least they get to... I mean, no, they get to attack on Murovanka.
Yeah, they're going to have to attack now. But what can he say? Go! Oops! Come on, guys, wake up!
I think you need to scream a little bit louder.
I hope so they heard me.
I don't think so, Mojo, but, you know, if you believe in your heart, you know what I say. If you believe in your heart...
Hey, good intentions go far.
True, very true. So far, oops, still...
I'm gonna not desire some kind of lame thing like power shortage on Tornado side, which would help this case.
I hope they go down 500 HP and the power goes out. Oops gets the round.
Let's just desire the gods of RNG to be with Oops here and not set them on fire anymore, but some thanks of Tornado. 3 butt shots here for Oops on attack side, so rotation potential is definitely there. Couple of Super Conquerors and an i7. 1, 2, 3 i7s.
3 i7s, a Super Conqueror, and 3 bad shots. Tornado
heavy cap pressure.
Half-half.
Heavy pressure, and we've seen opening like that from Oops before.
That zone, Camille gonna be spotting. How much initial damage will they take? Will they figure out what Tornado is cooking for them? Nesquik does get spotted out, gives a little bit of intel towards Oops that there is not a T100 in the bushes, Mojo. Tornado, all they have to do is defend, though.
A lot of mind play here. Tornado leaving only a Super Conqueror here, guys, on G4, and Light Tank spotting the upper side to see will there be a fast push on the cap. So the rest of the team knows, do they have to return immediately up or not? And this Super Con can be covered well by the teams from up. But look at this, Camille taking so much damage from the lower side. He's paying the price of spotting the rest of the team. There will be immediate cap pressure up. They will push the Light Tank and probably the Super Conk immediately. That's the only chance they have.
Luckily enough for Oops, Camille surviving now. Everybody scrambling towards 1-2 line. Can Tornado get in position to defend? Everybody driving through the open. Nesquik left out in the open in that T100. Trying to face off against Milosh, but there's a bad shot coming behind him. It's Raging Potato, misses the first. Nesquik juking around the building. They need to kill this little T100. They need to get him out of the game. There we go, Dead Zone blows him up, and now Oops need to continue pushing 1-2 line as Tornado scramble in position. Milosh pushing forward. Griffon now out in the open a little bit in his Super Conqueror, being clipped, takes a lot of damage from multiple angles. This is a good start here for Oops. Griffon taking more. Griffon down towards 780 HP, and now Oops with control over this round at the very least as Tornado scrambling, but they haven't done nearly enough damage towards Oops.
Really good reactions here from Oops. Nice pickup here on Griffon by Camille. 2 tanks down for Tornado. If you don't win the round now, you will never will, guys.
Camille now looking towards NearU together with Milosh, pick him up. 7 guns alive for Oops. And finally, a strong start for them, what they need. Milosh Creator, fancy a little bit of Diador today on the menu. Gets tracked again. Creator Milosh for sure gonna pick up this kill. And Oops finally come alive in this semi-finals as Diador is getting pushed on. Oops looks strong and in position to pick up their first round against Tornado.
Let's go, Oops. If it can bleed, it can be killed. If it's done in Predator, you can do it now. Nuclear and Applebow coming from the other side, but they're in a crossfire from the Oops guys. They do have the map control, they have the number of the guns, 6 compared to 3.
Nuclear burning out of this round on Murovanka. Now Apoel server, the last 2 standing. Tornado getting punished for the aggressive play this time around. Apoel pushing on towards the dead zone, but the fire is there. And now server gonna take a little bit of time, just in case it comes to a tiebreaker, to make Oops have a slower attack.
Server on 454 HP, running for his life here, but apparently he's not keen to do it anymore. He will just go and get done with it.
Well, misses the first, gets connected in return. Raging Potato picking up 3k damage. Raging Potato picking up the kill as well, and Oops.
There we go.
a little bit happy about that one, you could say.
There we go. Some spirit coming up here finally around. Something to put a smile on their face. Guys, come on. You can do it.
3-1. It's not an obstacle that they can't overcome. They have had a great series so far in this tournament. Just 2 rounds, Mojo. Just 2. 1 map. All they need. 1 map.
Oops needs to remember they are already in top 4 in the world.
No, they need to stop thinking about that and think about the finals.
They are already in top 4, and they need to beat these guys to be in top 2. To step over them.
Step on them, preferably.
Over, leave them behind, whatever. Buy
Push
the dust.
them over. Flip Applewhite on his side. Not the first, not the last time.
Put some paint on clothes of near you. He will be probably disturbed and he will not be able to play.
Just wear unfashionable clothes and sit in front of him right across. He's probably tilted for the rest of that game. Gonna ask Carbon Boards to cover off his monitor so he can't see across.
Oh no, these 2 colors do not match. I cannot do this.
But now, oops. Picking up that first round, might remove those jitters of playing against Tornado, showing that even the best team in the world can be taken down.
Of course, it's usually the aura of fame that is kind of protecting them and not the real skill behind it.
Are you saying that Tornado is not skilled, Mojo?
Oh. They can be killed. They can do mistakes like anyone else. We've seen it in this tournament. They're not unbeatable. So far, if we analyze what happened, we've seen on Himmelsdorf that it was slight mistakes from Oops actually that gave them both games.
Yeah, poor Diodor here. Poor Diodor. Getting rammed by an IS-7. Fun. Much fun. And then Tornado. I mean, as soon as Camille spotted it out and got out for, well, not for free, but alive, which was the most important thing, he saw the guns, he knew how many people fired at him, ran away, and Oops immediately scrambling. Nesqui, T100, all fun and well, but not really when you're getting shot at by an IS-7.
For me, it's super important that Oops actually reacted like a unit, super fast. That's encouraging side for us from Europe, because then we know that they're still in the fight, they're mentally still here, they're just not going to give up. Oh, what a relief on a raging face.
And Nesqui here, that T100 is so annoying. And then he gets double tap right there. It's like, that sounds like, don't worry, bro, I gotcha. This crossfire here was really great going towards Griffon, that Super Kong.
That was brilliant.
Out of position, nowhere to go, and then Camille Deja coming in, 1-2 combo. 1-2 combo.
I'm not sure why the light stayed down behind the house. Like, if the Oops rotates, there was no way for him to survive longer than 2 or 3 seconds.
Raging Potato, top damage, Mojo.
Creator, Milos, and Deja. There also, Applewhite sneaking his way in, but Oops did their number on them in a start, so there was no way coming back from that one.
Applewhite always sneaks his way into little cracks, Mojo.
Yeah, I heard a couple of other guys do also, but there we go. Huge damage difference here. I'm sorry, it was so short we couldn't see it.
That's for the people with a photographic memory.
It was 14K over 6, as far as I remember, something like that.
Your eyes do not lie to you.
These are the droids I was looking for.
Now, though, moving on to Ruinberg. It's going to be Tornado Energy on the attack. Oops. On the defense with 4 Super Conquerors, an IS-7, a 50B, and a T100 Light. Tornado Energy on the attack. 4 IS-7s, double bot, and an STRV.
STRV is an interesting thing, but we've also seen it used before on Ruinberg in attack. 4 IS-7s, guys, that's usually just a really strong push on one of the sides. But they don't have to do it from the start. They can do a couple of sniping shots maybe to lure out this light tank that Camille is driving. You can pretty much count the seconds and know how much it takes time for heavy tanks to pass here or there. It's just a question, is it the game that Tornado wants to play, or do they want to go head-on from the start?
Look at this Tornado splitting up everywhere. Double IS-7 mid, 1 IS-7 south, 1 IS-7 north, and STRV in the north as well. Nesqui. Ooh, sneaky breaky.
Interesting here. STRV going completely head-on.
He got spotted though.
Yeah, but anticipating that there will be only one guy there and Super Conqueror is there. Look at these IS-7s, they're going toward the middle and there will be huge push toward the upper line. And Oops actually does not have a great cover there because there is a bait in form of 1 IS-7 on the lower side of the map.
Milosh now is forced behind the houses, takes a lot of damage near you. Applewhite and Nuclear already chiming in as well. 585 HP remain for him. Oops, you have to push, you have to make a difference now. Milosh takes another one. Griffon server near you, gonna be on the crossing now. Milosh already getting taken out of this round in a few seconds. The triple push from Tornado across, Griffon on the move, and no damage dealt for the side of Oops. Well, not nearly enough. Camille and the South, and they need to take down these two IS-7s.
3, because there is only the one from the bait also, and there is 4 tanks on this side of the maps. Oops cannot also not leave them behind and just go to D-cap, and there will be multiple cap pressure. 3 tanks are in the cap, 33 seconds remaining. They have to kill the guys in the back. They have to reset. They have to do so many things in the same time.
Well, Oops has to reset in 25 seconds, or it's going to be game over for them. In the meantime, Karol pushing on towards Nuclear, gets a non-connection there. Deja pushing as well in his AMX 50B, clipping out on towards Nuclear. Who's going to reset? It's going to have to be the Dead Zone. He's crossing over in the Super Conqueror. Can he get the... Oh, it's actually Raging Potato. Can he get the reset? 7 seconds remain. Finally, he gets one on towards Nesquik. Or is he going to die though before he gets his second one? Can Nearyu pick it up? Raging Potato about to come off reload. No, Nearyu gets it, and that's crucial. Not another reset coming in here for the side of Oops, and they're definitely going to lose this Ruinberg attack against Tornado, who's outplayed them from start to finish. 1 second, and it's going to be Tornado making it 4-1 against Oops.
Talking about the new strats, well, we've seen one now. It was a great mind play, a great read, and Oops just fell for it from the start. Yeah, great surprise on Milosh there.
Milosh there getting tracked as well. Took a double IS-7 shot for that.
And also that STRV, all part of the plan. Brilliant play by Tornado. I liked it from the start. Pushing that IS-7 down so the light tank sees him and they think there is a commitment on that side. STRV from the upper, IS-7's in the middle.
Supercon can't pen the STRV from the front.
That's he should have shot Hash. Like,
should have been a little bit more in the houses. But yeah, great stuff there from Tornado on their attack, making it 4-1. Oops now, moving on to Ruinberg attack. It's not looking good.
They just didn't expect it because of that I7 spotted far away. When you see one I7, you expect a bunch of them going for the cap.
Yeah, at this point, Raging really needed a secondary reset. Really needed to get another one. I think he got one, and then Nearyu killed him just before Raging came off reload.
Yeah, it's really hard to go. Like, it's a great distance, and you are shot by 4 guys all the time. The clock is ticking, like connecting the shot, even when it's everything like in perfect conditions. Even then, it would be super hard to do all that.
Milosh taking so much damage there. Even now, Oops down 3,000 HP is unlikely.
Honestly, even if they reset it, the game was already done.
I believe so too. Tornado just with a 2 significant lead in this round for Oops to recover from.
Tornado will go on defense now on Ruinberg. It used to be a preferable side. A lot of teams actually like the attack now. We've seen why. Because you can do a lot of mind plays. You can disturb the enemy and pretty much completely fool him. But we're going to see what does Oops has for us in their sleeve. What can they show us?
Well, hopefully a win, Mojo.
Dead Zone and Deja sneaking their way in, but absolute top damage coming to Applewhite again.
Unfortunate events here for Oops. Now they're going to start thinking about that, at least that first Himmelsdorf round. Because without it...
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. 4-1 for Tornado. And here we go for the start of the next round. Tornado on defense, Oops on attack. Attack with 2 mouse tanks. We've seen tactics like this. Light tank, 3 I7s, and the Butshot. Tornado with much mobile setup, more mobile on the other side, with 3 Super Conquerors, 2 113s, 50B, and Butshot. This looks very familiar also. We've seen it in previous match.
Yeah, the double mouse. We saw Unique failing with it. So let's see if Oops can do better with it. It's going to be Tornado on the defense. Oops on the attack. 4-1 in favor of Tornado. Oops desperately need this attacking round to keep themselves in this semi-finals.
All heavy hitters on Tornado side. They do not use light in this game. So even Butshot is there. Maybe he can be spotted easier. Maybe he can be shot. Let's see, does Oops actually have some kind of special strat for us? something interesting they can show us.
Can they HE near you? Can they actually get the HEs on towards him? On towards that 113? If they're going to be shooting HE, that's the question.
Tony Camille spotting so far. Mouse tanks are still evolving around the middle. And they are controlling the lower side of the map. But Tornado doesn't care at the moment, because they are pushing their forces to see the field, and they have all the spots they need at the moment to see any possible rotation from Oops. Oops will actually have to do something to make an opening here.
And look at that though, Nuclear pushing in towards the middle, taking 2 shots of damage for this, however, in that 113, but it gains them a lot of map control.
Gains a huge amount of map control now, because both Mouse tanks are spotted, and Tornado exactly knows where they are.
Milosh already switching to HE ammunition. Near you loses his loader in the meantime. That's HE on towards that 113 at the very least. Milosh now favoring a little bit of a trade against this 113. Peeking out, Nuclear forced back. So far, so good for Oops.
He is shooting well because he did a training with Ducky before this match. One-on-one Mouse, and he actually won it.
Did he? Oh yeah,
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I don't remember this.
I know you never remember when
Nuclear
you lose.
now loses his commander as well. Oops, showing us that HE is the superior ammunition. HE always does damage.
Oh, it's hellish plan made by Hellfish in first season we had, but it definitely works. Dead Zone here trying to angle to do some connection. If Nuclear loses some more HP, this would be really good for Oops, no matter the time spent. Also, he does not have a medic, so that's why he is not repairing his driver and commander. If you want to push there in the middle, that was actually not a brilliant idea without the medic.
Oh, ooh, that's a Super Conqueror server being spotted out on the crossing. Luckily enough for him, both Mouses only have HE, but they get about 1 shot of damage worth on towards him.
Shame they didn't kill any crew members more. Let's go. We invited those gods of RNG to help Oops, at least. So maybe that will win them this round with some lucky shots and criticals.
Ooh,
Whoa,
Nuclear takes a big amount of damage
and
there.
1 more crew member down.
1 more crew member, and I think he has none left.
He has 1.
He has 1. The, who is it? The gunner. He's loading, he's driving, and he's commanding at the same time.
He's pedaling everywhere.
He's using all the pedals at the same time. Good stuff there from Oops. Look at it already. 12.9k HP left for Tornado versus a full lineup from the Giraffes.
7 minutes remaining. Now they need to be cautious, because we saw what happened to Ding when they did a final push. Although they made a huge advantage against Unique in a round of Ruinberg, they got decimated because of all the pre-aimed guns. And Tornado is no worse in shooting than Unique.
How much HP do these IS-7s from Oops have left? Because near you,
infinite.
He just took another hit.
They should carry at least 10, I believe.
Is Karov going to start blind firing towards near you? That's why you put a bot shot in the south there. That's why Ding did it as well. Can he get blind connections on towards near you?
Well, near you was spotted, so there is no need for blind connections. But yeah, he faded at the moment.
He doesn't have draw range from there, so it has to be like semi-blind.
6 minutes remaining. That's not that much, considering you have 2 Mouses, guys, but there is a bot shot on lower side of the map, I7's up, and so on. It will come to 1 attack. It will come to 1 attack, and I believe if they push the lower side of the map, they will have a better chance.
I'm so happy that Oops is rotating.
Yes, thank God.
I am so happy. It's the mistake that Ding made as well, Mojo.
It was a mind game. Ding actually threw a dice that Unique rotated. Unique threw a dice that Ding will actually just come back to them, and Unique definitely won that throw.
Right now, though, Oops is definitely doing the better rotation, to be honest.
Yeah, with that 113 stuck in the middle, that's a really good call. Near you also has a dead loader that will really hurt their DPM. And the rest of the guys focusing on defense of the other side of the map, that's crucial. These Mouses are actually keeping them stuck here, and they will march into the middle in 1 moment to finish off the 113 and soak up all the possible damage for their teammates.
Diador now overexposing as well. The Mouses, they're starting to push down the middle. Deja, Milosh making their way forward. Server, Diador, and I think Griffon as well, ready and waiting for this, but they're not doing the damage right now. Deja, can he take some damage on towards his Mouse? There comes the first connection. They're gonna find Nuclear very soon to 412 HP Nuke to be the first kill in this Ruinberg attack for Oops. Deja needs to find the angle now. A little bit of bad driving there, but he does pick it up. The first kill after 5 minutes. Deja now needs to play it safe. Can he get himself hidden against Server?
I don't think he completely can, but he can trade damage at least. This is a lot of HP lost for Deha, but Milos is there to cover him. There is a push coming in from the Oops forces on the lower side of the map. They're spotted now. Tornado knows what's going on.
Tornado seems to know now what's up. Milos pushing forward the dead zone. Raging Potato and Creator making their way across. Milos needs to be careful not to overexpose. He's getting wrecked right now. Milos, you might have gone a little bit too far, and now I think these IS-7s need to desperately continue to push, because Milos has made an overcommitment in his mouse, and now Oops need to come out with the reaction. They need to do something, Cap, be it, or anything. They need to push forward, because Tornado is starting to pull back in towards this round.
It's gonna have to be a fight. Cap is no longer in problem. The possibility here, Oops actually has to go and bite into the Tornado tanks. They need to win the upper side of the map and do the damage while they're trying to finish off the both mouse tanks. There is a 1-1-3 closing in from the other side. It will be really short time. Anything, the opening window they can use.
Well, here we go, though. There is Oops pushing forward. Diador in his Super Conqueror forced to use his repair kit. The bad shot pushing down the 0 line. This is Kerov here. He finds Griffon. Can he get another track? No, Griffon just about gets back. In the meantime, Apoval picks up Milos in his mouse. And now Kerov being clipped from Nesquik. That's the covering fire. Oops falling to pieces. They had everything in this round, but the side of Tornado, they're just pulling it back. And Oops, the overcommitment in the middle, and Raging Potato now being shot from all angles. And again, Oops with a brilliant start, but just not able to make it work for them.
Oh, boys, you had it so much. 2000 HP advantage now for Tornado from such a dire position. They managed to come through. Most of the HP is now in Camille Eater in a light tank. He's not a guy who can turn this game around. Not if there is no damage coming from the rest of the heavy hitters.
Well, Camille now is going to have to push forwards, though, because he needs to make damage on towards his tank. That's another miss coming out from that T100. Apoval fancies himself a little bit of Raging Potato. Camille now lines up another shot. That one does go through, however. Can he do enough, though? Can he make the difference? Creator now backing off as the boys from Tornado are starting to close the difference. And that is a good connection on towards near you, but Creator set on fire. Goes down near you. Nesquik, Apoval, and Server, they're coming, they're hungry, they want to pick up the dead zone, and Oops, they had a lead, they had it, they had this round, but Tornado, with the adaptation, the overcommitment from the Mouses, made it so Oops could no longer win this round. Kerov, though, gets a kill, but 2 minutes left here for Tornado. Camille picks up Server. Maybe I'll eat my words.
2 minutes remaining, but let's not forget that actually Tornado still knows where Kerov is, and he does not have enough ammo to kill Niryu. And after that, it's gonna be a problem. Kerov has to run away now, but Niryu will not miss him again.
Niryu, though, being tracked again by Camille. If Camille can keep the perma-track here on Niryu, oh no, Niryu finds him, and that should be all she wrote for Oops, as Apoval and Niryu are going to 2v1 this little T100. That's another nice connection. He has all of his hit points, though, to work with. If he can find this sneaky connection towards Niryu, no, he cannot. And he's spotted now as well.
There is 1 minute 16 seconds. In one moment, he will actually have to charge and try to do drive-by shooting. He needs to take Niryu first before he can engage Apoval. A lot evolves around this little tank, guys.
He spots out Niryu, but Niryu is playing in the hold down. Niryu is playing safe. How does he get him? Apoval is already running in the meantime. He needs to commit on towards Niryu. He has no other choice because Apoval is running to the hills. You can see him. He's going down 4 line. That's a nice connection there. 46 seconds now for Camille. There's a little bit of a potential here. He spots Apoval, so he knows where he is, but he's going to take damage for this. He should take at least one Niryu shot. Can he kill it? Can he pick it up clean? Yes, he can. That's nice. Camille. Now 1v1. 30 seconds. First connection from Apoval. Good stuff there from that Super Conqueror. Camille cannot take another one driving towards him. 25 seconds left now. Does he have the time? I don't think so. I think he needs a fire. 20 seconds. Camille now closing the distance. He needs to make it work. He needs about 3 more shots. Does he have the reload for it? 14 seconds remain now. Camille, can you do this? Apoval only needs 1 more shot, though. Camille needs to play Ring Around the Rosie, and Apoval is the champion of from Heavy Tanks, and Apoval picks it up, and it is Tornado to make it 5-1 against Oops.
Unbelievable ending of this round. A little better timing between the mouse tanks and i7s from Oops, and they would definitely have this round. 1 shot of damage between these two. The result is maybe 5-1, but they're fighting like lions.
That was a round that Oops should have won, Mojo. I'm still not recovered from it.
Unreal.
Over-eager play from Milosh, honestly. Like, he was full HP, pushes down the middle, and loses about 3K for that.
He tried to protect Deha. Deha was checked, and he was in dire situation.
At one point, server pulled back, though. There was no need anymore.
Yeah, I also think that these mouses actually should have maybe pushed about 10-15 seconds later. Yes, they wanted to draw attention so the i7s on the other side of the map don't get shot too much and things like that, but in this way, all they did is to push mouses to soak up all the damage, while the i7 still didn't have a single shot possibility.
That was Oops' round, and it's 5-1 in favor of Tornado, and let's hear what the analysis desk has to say about that.
Thank you, Dakumojo. Yeah, really thrilling first half. Possibly not much of a second half awaits us. Or awaits Oops. On the desk with me, Myland and Annihilator, and we have the pleasure of Warhacks coming to join us as well. How are you and Elevate, just quickly?
Oh, Elevate is recovering.
Yeah.
But I'm doing fine, and the match is doing pretty good, and glad to join you guys back.
Tornado with very much the upper hand, as we expected. Predictions, we can go for what we want. You guys were saying, yeah, we'd like Oops to do it, and, you know, if Oops are going to win this thing, maybe we'll have the biggest comeback of all time on our hands. But that was such a strong first half for Tornado.
Yeah, I mean, we opened the match here with Tornado on the defense on Himmels, taking out such an aggressive lineup with Kongs, 50Bs, playing right from the beginning, boxing Oops into a corner. Then we saw a lot of kind of mid-game rotates. Tornado didn't get the advantage they want. They pulled back, and then Apoel got caught out on a crossing on the G-row, which is really, really bad play by him, left Tornado in a really bad position.
I mean, I think there was just a communication issue going on. We had all the other guys there pulling back or already having pulled back, but Server holding there in the 8 line, that was actually okay. But yeah, the 113 was just way too late, and I think Oops did the correct move here, pushing the 8 line because Server is left alone. They've spotted multiple tanks from Tornado on the hill, but I think Wally, now you can come in. What went wrong here for Oops?
I mean, they did really well, and pushing up the 8 line was a correct call, but leaving the tanks on G line there just let Tornado come back in the game. If everybody went up the 8 line, they took their 2-tank advantage onto the cap and made them brawl for, 7-on-5. That would have been way better. But I think the game came down to a lot of individual plays because it was very hectic, and Tornado came on top, and Griffin made an amazing play, wasting a lot of time, and you'll see it later. But
yeah, see, Oops was trying to push to so many different places at so many different times. Yeah. Tornado was spread out all over the map. It's very difficult to catch any of them out. And here we see one of the very crucial moments in the match. Cameo getting set on fire here, losing a lot of HP. So later on in the game, he actually got picked off when otherwise he would have survived.
Yeah, then it was not really much of a chance left there. Oops tried to take the 2-cap. And yeah, then they didn't manage to do that, and yeah, Dido was just happily running away, and yeah, so that was Tornado off with a very strong start.
Yeah, so the next map that we went to then was Morovanka, where Tornado was attacking. They went for a standard opening over the forest, the STRV going with them over to the forest, and they saw a lot of Oops tanks just sort of doing a push, taking a lot of damage. I don't really understand why Oops was doing such a push where they can, receive so much damage on their crossing. They should be doing that unspotted.
Yeah, I think they tried to take Tornado on their by surprise, but good luck surprising Tornado. They will always have the early info, and I think what was already crucial there in the first 2 minutes was just they took so much damage running away there. Karlov just barely getting out and getting away there. So I actually very lucky to survive this.
Yeah, they were really lucky to get out of there like that. But I think Oops should have had a better response to a more standard attack by Tornado. Most of us have seen this before, so I'm not sure why they played and open up in the south to begin with.
Do you fancy this north rotation here with the i7s trying to push through the forest and the A-line rotation with the bat?
I think it was a good play, but I think they needed more to do it. If they committed more with the bats, it would have been fine.
That's just a little eye-opener of some of the maps that we've had, some of the rounds that we've had. We're going to be getting pretty quickly back to our stage, actually, to conclude our semi-final here. From what you've seen, Warhacks, I know it's difficult to judge, but what, if anything, can Oops do to try and claw this back?
They have to play more confident. I think they're overplaying some positions. Like you see Raging Potato and Himmelsdorf, he hesitated and got caught out. You can't do this against this team. Your wins have to be a win. You can't give it back to them. They outplayed them on 2 maps already. They could do it. They just need to stay calm and keep playing their game.
They have been outplaying them, haven't they? We've seen good stuff from Oops, and we've seen things we've seen before from Tornado. Where are Oops' minds at right now?
Well, I guess...
Are they too busy thinking about what it is they need to do to beat Tornado instead of just playing the game that's in front of them?
I think it's really a lot of overthinking what Tornado could do, other than just focusing on their game and trying to, or yeah, just making their own game and just playing their own game and controlling their engagement. So I think Oops should just go with a more controlling, or they should just more control their engagement and try to bring the battle to Tornado and not the other way around.
Yeah, so we saw a really interesting Runeberg attack that we haven't really seen before come out from Tornado. You know, they came through the middle, but they did it late. This was actually some really, really bad play by Oops. They weren't covering all the angles here. It wasn't a spot on the middle. Then the middle came through. They knocked out the spot on the north. Then the north came through, and it really just fell to pieces for Oops very quickly in that round.
It looked like a better version of Dings. That's what it looked like for me.
Perhaps this is the end of the fairy tale journey that Oops the Tough Giraffes have been on. They've been so brilliant through this tournament, and we've seen them be great at previous international lands, but maybe this is where their journey's going to end, and Tornado, the world champions, will show why they have that title and have won it more than once. Back to Daki, back to Mojo, and Oops with a lot to do.
Oops with it all to do, to be completely exact. But, Matt, fairy tale stories, you know, Cinderella stories, they always have a decent beginning, a terrible middle, but a fairy tale ending.
I believe that Oops will have to be annoying toward Tornado now. You know that cartoon, like that cartoon, food around the corner, like that little bug, man. They have to dig in deep Tornado and not let go. You need to eat them up completely, guys, because these mistakes, as the analyst said, are not forgivable in this rating of match. Like, this match is too high profile to make a rookie mistakes.
Well, Mojo, they cannot lose another round, in my opinion at least, because facing match point against Tornado, that's going to be like a wall that's impossible to climb. Slippery slope.
Well, 5-1 is huge advantage against anyone. Against these guys, it's a nightmare, almost mission impossible. If you'd bet a euro here, you would probably get 1,000 back if they win. But I'm hoping there is always a chance.
There is always a chance, and they're playing for this trophy right there to go on towards the finals at Wargaming Fest. Everybody wants to be there.
It's a solid 11 kilo heavy trophy. I saw Angelina trying to lift it, and it was a struggle.
I would probably not be able to lift it either, Mojo. I've lost all my strength.
Yeah, it went away somewhere in past time. I saw that. But it doesn't make you a smaller person, Daki. No worries.
You mean like big in terms of personality?
Yes, it doesn't make you smaller in personality.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But now, Tornado looking solid, looking focused, looking for another finals against Ding. Now, would make it 2 in a row. I want to see Ding Oops. Oops now need to bring the pain train to Tornado, and it needs to not stop at all. It needs to be a starting point straight to the ending point.
They need to show us the stuff they are capable of. We already seen they can bleed Tornado. They can win against Tornado. But they need to focus on every game like that. This would not be a lost match if there was some little mistakes. Less done, but Mines could be a map that Oops can actually surprise them a little.
Mojo, it could be, but let's see if it will actually prove us to be a surprise. It's going to be Tornado on the defense. It's going to be Oops on the attack. And if Tornado pick this up, they'll put themselves on match point. And Oops want to do everything they can to prevent that from happening.
A budget and a light tank from Oops going straight from the hill from the start to see if there is a light from Tornado trying to climb on a mountain. We on the minimap, of course, can see that he is not, but these guys have to check it out and snipe him out if he is.
And he's not climbing so far. Raging Potato takes a little bit of damage in his 113 in the meantime. It's going to be the T100 covering the island. And now, Oops, got to show us what do you have in store for us today. What can you do against this defense coming out from Tornado?
A lot of info coming in here from the spotters of Oops. They already know where is Diador in his Super Conk. They know where is Griffon in his 50B. They know where is Nuclear in his Super Conqueror below the hill. They know that there is other guys on G4 with I7s. That's normal. They probably only don't know where is Server at the moment, but they're guessing.
It is. It's 1-2 line control for Tornado. Going to be crossing over Apple. Wow.
For free.
Yeah,
no one shot him.
Covered by their secondary I7 of Near You. Gerov now takes a shot of damage, loses his commander, instantly repairs that one. And this is a good
Oh, we have crew member. We have actually medics now.
Gerov playing with a med pack.
That is actually decent. Miloš going below the hill so he can chase away Nuclear, because that means then there will be probably a boost by someone up and maybe possibly push of Hard
that climb in AMX is real difficult, okay?
Yeah, I've seen some people try it once, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 5th time, I left.
I tried about 20 times more and failed.
All?
Oh, whoa. I wonder what are they...
But Itaki, it doesn't matter if you fail. Did they succeed on the practice?
They... once or twice.
So they might not rely on it then.
Now let's see what Oops has in store for us. They said they had something special on their attack mojo.
It might be the push with 1-1-3s and Bachat behind, and then Light Tank also dropping from the hill.
Nechat takes a shot of damage there. T100 now. Is he going to try and climb? That would be brave, Nesqui. Are you going to try this? No, he's just going to be sitting in the base. What? Mojo? Mojo! Look at what is Oops doing? What are they gonna boost the 113? They're gonna boost the 113!
Let's go!
Miloš on the front. This is a 113 choo-choo train. Can they get him up? Can they get him up without taking too much damage? Miloš on the front. And this is Oops with a new tactic, and Miloš making it! He does! Brilliant stuff there. Miloš takes 2 shots of damage, but can he go up? Can he go up further? What does Tornado do now to react to this? This is beautiful from Oops. This is a new strategy.
Nesqui taking 1.2k damage, and he's on one shot. He has to run away. There is immediate rotation by Tornado coming on a hill, but Oops is sensing it. They are going for it. They're going to support their teammates.
Now Tornado moving towards the hill in a unit. Can they get there in time? Oops is scrambling towards the hill, trying to make it there back in time. Miloš is up. He's covering the crossing. Diador takes a shot to get across even to begin with, and now it will be a hill fight. What can Miloš do? Gerov gonna get into a crossfire position. I don't think Tornado can make this play.
No, the I7 is cut off in the water, so that's a gun less. T100 also on one shot. He's back in the base. And then we don't forget Miloš on the top of the hill. He can support his teammates. They have the positions to close this round.
Tornado is coming from behind though with 1 I7. It's Apple. Wow, here comes the push. They're pushing over. They want to make this play. Miloš is on top of the hill in the meantime. Can Oops bring the damage towards Tornado? Server tracked and held. He's going to be the first one down as Gerov picks it up, and now Nuclear left in between the guns of Oops, who came out with a brilliant strategy here on the attack. The dead zone to pick it up. Near You now out in the open as well, and Oops have done something that none of us expected as they boost a 113, and Tornado on the defense, they look shaken.
This is definitely brilliant stuff coming in from the Oops. It made me smile, and it will for a while. Now this round is definitely theirs. I keep hoping that they will be able to do that in the next one.
That was beautiful from Oops as they have 7 tanks alive. Raging Potato picks up Diador. Miloš pretending to be a goat on top of this hill. He did only 900 damage, but that was enough to shake Tornado.
That's a Jack Panzer syndrome from Ding, used on other teams. It just works.
If he got up though, he would have absolutely annihilated the tanks from Tornado under the hill. He would have absolutely destroyed them, and now Apple, wow, he was full HP, but now he is no more. And Oops pick up their 2nd round in this series, and it's gonna make people think again about Mind's defense.
This is something that we've never seen before. This is something we like to see in Oops, the innovation they can bring to the game. These are our boys that we like to watch.
Now Oops though transitioning to the defense.
Look at the smiles on their face, man.
They're happy about that.
It's priceless.
Yeah, Tornado not smiling. Nesqui's like,
oh, they sold us a trick. Oh, they sold us a trick.
If only Oops picks up one of Runeberg or Himmelsdorf. If only.
If only. We need to go beyond that point. Let's go and see can Oops sell them another game on Mines, because that would be the trick.
Can they bring it to them twice in a row? That would shake Tornado a little.
That would shake them more than a little. That would make them angry. At the moment, they have the huge lead of 5-2, but if Oops starts melting it, maybe Tornado will have to go deep in the cookie jar and also show us some stuff.
Maybe they'll have to turn the cookie jar around.
I hope it will be empty when it turns around.
What, are you saying Griffon's been in the cookie jar again?
Oh, man. Let's not go to RNG places again.
Now, though, Oops on Mine's defense. We saw them yesterday try with a T100 to boost up. I think they will try again today. Saw Camille. Saw him nail it.
100% sure Tornado was also checking out
why did
whatever
Tornado
Oops was
not
doing.
just wait for Applewau to come from behind?
Timing. They wanted to let possibility of Milos supporting them too much and maybe hope that there will be a late rotation from Oops. They didn't know how fast the Oops tanks were actually going back. They were hoping they will be on the hill before them, take out some guns, and then deal with the guys coming from the back.
Ooh, Camille here. Could have even picked up Nesquik if he connected that first shot. The second, however, was beautiful, and the last one as well.
That was
Nesquik
just
even lucky to be alive.
Beautiful shooting. Beautiful shooting.
Here, another free clip for Camille.
This little bugger of a light tank can do...
390 alpha, man, it hurts.
It really hurts. It's like you to shoot from a medium tank.
It's like a mini bat shot.
Yeah. Just brilliant.
Well, they did say they had something special for the attack.
Yeah, this
They
was definitely
delivered.
special.
I wonder, this could be a one-trick pony, though. Because, I don't know, maybe it could be a one-trick pony. Depends if you spot the 113s rotating or not. If you don't, then this happens.
I guess it can be done again. You can always prepare the terrain. There will be a lot of tactics evolving around this in the future. But if you fail and you don't hit the climb and the 113 falls down,
You're dead.
That's so fast loss.
That is 100% game over. Now, Deja, 4K coming in. Good stuff from him. Raging, Camille, and Karov to join. And that was innovation from Oops.
Well, a fun match so far. Close games. Unfortunately, not a close result yet.
Yet, Mojo. I already told you, Fairy Tales, decent beginning, terrible middle, but a fairy tale ending.
Let's go, Oops. Food is around the corner. Just keep biting there.
Still going to be difficult, Mojo. It's going to be a hard task. Because even if they pick up this round, it's only going to be 5-3.
Hey, as long as they keep smiling and playing, I'm good, man.
Well, Mojo, let's pray that they pick up this next round here on Mines to make it 5-3. Oops. 4 Super Conquerors, double IS-7, and a T100. Tornado, double Bat. AMX, double Super Kong, and a double 113.
So double bat here for Tornado. And that light tank that was played by Camille in a previous game. They probably know that Oops will not try to challenge them actively on a hill now. So there will be a fast push on
Let's
a hill
see
by
if
Tornado
Camille can
tanks.
make it. Tornado on the attack. Oops on the defense. Camille in the T100 doing the climb, which he tried yesterday. Can he make it today? That is the question.
Let's go, camera. I hope you can show me. Yes, you can. Camille,
Nope,
1, 2,
no. And it's another failure from Camille.
It's a hard one, guys. It's a hard one. I don't know will he have a chance to do it again.
I don't think so. Because this time around, there's a double bot shot rotation here. They're going to go straight up with Diodora near you. Straight. Going to be climbing somebody.
It looks like he's going to be a parallel climbing here. Coming in from Tornado. They're still not spotted.
They get Diodora up safe, and Diodora's not even spotted for this. Camille got spotted out.
Oh.
Camille! Oh, no. This is not good for Oops. Not good at all.
Half HP gone on Camille there. Batchat is finally spotted that he's on a hill, but he's on 100% HP. There is a push here coming in from Oops. They have no choice. They must do same as Tornado in the last game.
There is a crossfire set up here for the side of Oops. The double Batcha, though, for Tornado. They're already pushing in. This could be a little bit too early. Could be a little bit of a mistake, even. Milos is going to drive up the hill. He's going to drive up first. Can he get across? Those servers there waiting as well. Oops now making the plays, trying to get across. The Batcha from Tornado in position. Not just yet. Deja being clipped out. He needs to survive. He just survives on a one-shot. Deja's still alive. They need to find Nesquik now, but here comes near you. Here comes Diodor. They're going to go straight for that lonely Super Conqueror, and Oops now needs to make the damage. There is one Super Conqueror from them out of position. Milos being farmed in the meantime as well, and Oops with a secondary commitment now. They're going straight forward. They know they're going to lose Raging Potato. Can they do the damage though? This is the question. Applewau driving in. Can they do it, Mojo? It doesn't look like it.
Oh, the damage, oh, the pain. My eyes are bleeding from this, but what can you do? They were forced on this and they're gonna die. At least trying Kerov is on low HP. He will die next shot, probably Miloš. Miloš on 57 HP, Deha on 15. This is just not happening.
This is not looking good for Oops, as now Nearyu joining the rest of his team. He's gonna pick up Deha and it's moving now on towards Miloš. Nearyu wants the double. Kamil gonna be the last one standing. Nearyu gonna pick up his double kill right now, his third of the round. Kamil in the T100, the last one. He picks up Server, but it will be Tornado putting themselves on match point.
Match point in such a speed moment. What can you do? Oops, try to surprise Tornado again. They try this super risky boost. This is what we said in the previous game. If you didn't make the boost with that 1-1-3, the same thing would happen. It's a risky strat. It's a strat out of desperation because you have a lot of games to catch up to.
Saw him make it in training, didn't make it in match. 2 times that he tried. Disappointing.
That's a shame.
A real shame.
But still, even if he made it up, this budget was already also climbed up and he was not spotted.
He gives him like 2 or 3 shots before he comes close and can be covered, so.
Ah, match point for Tornado. 6-2, not a situation any team wants to be in.
Nope, that is very true indeed.
The
now
guys are grasping the gravity of situation very well at the moment.
Yeah, now it starts to become a reality. 1 more round loss, and we're going home.
For them to even come back to the match, it will take 2 full maps to win against Tornado. 2 full maps in a semi-finals when Tornado is playing to their fullest and most serious games.
Yeah, Oops then forced into a push into the middle against a team that was set up for it, and it hurt. Damn, that it hurt.
Yeah, we saw how Tornado felt in the last game. It was a big ouch. It wasn't better for Oops. It's not your fault, Kamil.
Yeah, and then Raging Potato here, left alone to the Wolves that is called Diodor and Nearyu. They make short work of a Super Conqueror like that.
Oh, well, that was really painful to watch.
Oh, how the cookie crumbles.
Good crossfire here coming in by Tornado. There is absolutely nothing Oops guys could do. They relied on that one piece of strat, and that was it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That was the essential part.
The essential part did not come through. Kamil tried to do what he could after, but the Wolves of Tornado coming in to close it out. And they're looking strong and looking to put themselves in the finals against Ding.
I really think Nesquik can go and become a rapper, man. A Russian rapper. Eminem style. He talks so fast.
Yeah, Server there in a Super Conqueror, top damage. 4.2k. Too bad it's not a player from Oops.
Griffon, Nesquik, Nuclear. Yeah, but it was a one-sided game in that moment. Like, what can you do? It is not funny at all, I must say.
Don't worry, Mojo. Even if Oops loses game, Ding will take the finals against Tornado, and the CIS analysis desk will bite the dust.
Well, that's definitely what we hope for. But we need to stay on this match and these guys, and we need to back up Oops a little more. Or a lot more, I hope.
Oops. 4 rounds, though, Mojo, and then a tiebreaker.
Exactly. Easy game.
Just imagine the faces, though, of the CIS side if this was to happen.
As you said, we should have just put someone in really bad, mismatched clothes in front of Nearyu, and he would get a heart attack. 100%.
Now, Mojo, though, it's going to be Prokhorovka, it's going to be Oops on the defense, and it's going to be Tornado on the attack. Tell me about these lineups. Why is Oops so much better?
Prokhorovka with 2 Super Conks and 3 i7s and 2 budgets. With this, you can brawl on the middle, you can rotate, so it doesn't give out anything.
Well, Mojo Oops looking at 4 match points against them. They need to make this work. They need to make this happen. Tornado just need 1 single round. Can this happen for Oops?
Tornado is playing really offensive on the middle of the map. They're sending a couple of the tanks to the flank, but they will pressure the middle and check out where are the Oops tanks. They do not expect them actually in the numbers on the middle because they see the composition of Oops tanks.
Nesqui here going forward. He finds a triple IS-7. Can any connections come true? No. He spots out the most of the Oops lineup with no damage dealt in return. Spots 4 guys. Karov getting absolutely... No! He dropped off a hill. Takes 1.2k free damage. And no, this is not how the cookie crumbles. Near you and server. Oh, oops. Not like this.
What a mistake, Atomeka. What can you do? Camille is there proxying the hill, so he saw Nearyu and the guys. Dink did it without one guy. Maybe Oops can do the same.
Well, Nearyu now in his bacha being focused out. Can Oops make a difference here? Camille needs to get the connections, but he is also forced off this hill. Milosh now kind of out in the open. There's a double batch here for Tornado, and it does look like they will take the overmatch at one point when they can. Camille now forced to run. The IS-7's trying to make the connections, but Oops bleeding everywhere. They need to find Nuclear, but it doesn't look like they can. Nuclear now getting connected on the third. That's going a little bit better here for Oops, with Nesqui and Didor flanking through on 2. Camille pushing on the hill. Camille down and out. This is Nearyu and Server coming over. Server is still alive though. Oops still could possibly do it, but it doesn't look like it.
Let's not forget that actually Tornado still has 2 budgets, Nesqui and Server, flanking from both sides, and Kerloff is only on 1 shot. He cannot deal with this pressure. There is 5 heavies left now from Oops, and they're right in the middle of the enemy.
Oops surrounded now from all angles as Nesqui's taking the north, and Server will just join him soon. Oops with their last round in this tournament as Raging Potato gets picked up by Nesqui, leaves 4 guns standing for Oops, and it's gonna have to be one hell of a comeback if they want to make this work, because Didor fancies himself a little bit of Decha today. Milosh now driving over. He's facing Super Conquerors. Decha facing Didor, but Server now clipping from behind in a few seconds. Dead Zone Creator trying to make a play. Decha in the one-on-one. It is still close, but it's not gonna be enough as Nesqui is about to come off reload and Server is closing the distance.
Decha versus Diador, but the rest of the Oops guys are trying to pin these Super Conquerors. They're playing against the supreme firepower of Tornado guns in a cooldown, and there is also Batchats coming in. Guys, let's not forget those 2 guys. Last 2 shining beacons of hope. Dead Zone and Creator are here.
The Dutch duo now have it all to do as they are about to be knocked out by the world champion. That's Tornado. Nesqui pushing in. Griffon coming in as well with the Super Conqueror. It's probably going to be Nesqui to pick it up. No, he misses. It is Griffon, and it will be Tornado to put themselves in another finals with a 7-2 scoreline against Oops the Tough Giraffes.
What can we say except to congratulate to Tornado on another brilliant match they had, and it leaves us with great sorrow that we will not have a full European Championship, but we hope and we think that Ding can actually take it to them.
Hopefully, handshakes coming out. Oops having a strong performance, but a few rounds here and there that really costed them. Himmelsdorf, Ruhenberg as well. Could have been all even going into Prokhorovka, but it's just not how it went down. And Karov dropping off, taking 1.2k damage.
What a mistake to make. We've seen a couple of new threats in this match. People already thought, oh, we cannot see anything more and new. Yes, we can. And I'm hoping when the finals come on VG Fest on 23rd, that we will actually see much more, because Tornado and Ding will be one-on-one, all out.
All out, all guns blazing. For Oops, however, they'll be watching from the sidelines as their run in this tournament ends. The Rush Killers.
The Rush Killers, they will be remembered as starters of a new era. The first tournament ever that Rush didn't make out of the groups. Ever. Since the beginning of the time of tanks.
They can be proud of themselves of what they did.
Hey, they're in top 4 of the world. No one can take that away.
But they wanted more, Mojo. They wanted more. They wanted it all.
They came without their captain. They had only little time to prepare with Dead Zone, and they did make it in top 4. That's a great, great achievement. No one gave them even a shred of possibilities that this will even happen.
Look at it. Let's look at this moment again. Karov. Oh.
Ow.
He's lucky to survive.
Yeah.
Lucky to survive to begin with. And this is the push off here over the hill.
This is the moment when you need to batch. Ooh, he took so much damage from the middle also. Jesus.
Could have been different. Could have been different. Carol.
Come on, guys, you did a lot. Get those faces up.
Oops, trying real hard. Can see frustration there. Well, they should still be proud of themselves. They have done an incredible performance. Tornado just proving to be too strong again. Sometimes getting outplayed tactically, but individually pulling it back every single time.
I am proud of them, man. They showed a lot. They showed that they can do so much more.
Maybe in the future. Who knows?
I'm hoping for it. Deha, #1 damage dealer again.
What a surprise.
That guy is like a damage pumper on steroids. I don't know. I'm gonna start watching his streams. This is good advertisement.
It is, it is. High gameplay. It doesn't use a microphone though.
Who cares? You can see everything.
In the end, Oops' run in this tournament has come to a closure as Tornado move into the finals against the Ding. It's going to be hopefully better than last time round. In Ding's case, for Tornado, they're hoping for a similar performance.
Hey, Tornado proved again that they're unstoppable force. We were hoping for the different result, but what can you do? It was a too dreamy position that you will have Oops and Ding in the final battle.
Hey, at least we have EU versus CIS in the finals. That's going to be us for until Wargaming Fest. So let's hear from Tornado themselves and what they have to say.
Hello guys, I'm here talking with Griffon and Julia. So let's talk a little bit about this semi-final. Couple of words, what do you think about this semi-final against Oops?
Скажите, пожалуйста, что вы думаете об игре с Oops?
Ну, все, в принципе, как я и думал. Хотели как можно быстрее закончить матч. Не знаю, все было планомерно, все, в принципе, все было по нашим тактикам. Единственное, что удивили, это на рудниках 113-я подсадка. Мы просто офигели и поехали, просто отдались.
So the game was very interesting. We play as we are used to play, but we have some unexpected periods in the game. But of course we overcome the situation and of course we won.
Okay, that's the main thing to do here in semi-final. Okay, let's remember the group stage and the playoff. Which team surprised you the most, or which moment can you remember right now?
Давайте вспомним все игры. Может быть, вас что-то удивило?
Блин, честно, я уже не помню групповую стадию. Что меня удивило, так как, конечно, вылет Раши, это было очень неожиданно для нас. Мы очень сильно к ним готовились. Но, как оказалось, все наши тактики, все наши заготовки нам не понадобились.
To be true, the fact that Rush left the game was the most fantastic and shocked. So, because we planned to play with them, so it was very unexpectedly.
And let's talk a little bit about the final against Dean. What should we expect from this grand final?
Давайте поговорим о финале. Что вы думаете об игре с Ding?
Ну, у нас сейчас неделя отдыха. Дня 3 мы, наверное, хорошенько так отдохнем. Потом дня за 3 мы придумаем какие-то тактики. Ну, посмотрим. Динхи себя хорошо показали в этом турнире. И посмотрим, кто как сыграет.
So we have the whole week of rest. For 3 days we are gonna relax, and for the 3 days we are gonna to play new strategies against the Ding. So we will see who will win.
Okay, good luck in the final in a week. Thank you very much for this interview. And now it's time for our final analytics. So over to you, Matt.
Thank you, Tonya, for all your work here at Moscow over the 5 days we've had at the final battles of 2017. Tornado Energy through to the grand final of this, which remember is on the 23rd of December at WG Fest. As even in our hearts, we kind of knew, in our heads we expected. Good game from Oops, but with a big mountain to climb, as we expected, and not as many rounds to them as we hoped.
Well, I think the result doesn't really do the match justice here. Oops really put on a very strong performance, but yeah, in the end they were just not able to close out the rounds. Some individual mistake, but if Oops would have stayed like focused and until the end, and maybe avoided those small mistakes towards the end, the result would have been way closer.
Do you think they'll leave this going, yes, we were, you know, third, fourth position, we made it all the way to the semi-finals at its thing, or do you think they'll be leaving this going, oh, we let ourselves down at the last minute?
I think Oops can be really, really proud of their performance here at this tournament. You know, nobody expected them to even come half this far, and they made it step after step after step after step. And falling against Tornado is certainly not something to be too disappointed
There's no shame in that at all. They are the world champions, as we know. Maybe two-time world champions in 2017 if they can win this thing next week. And a very strong performance from them. And a worry for Ding, as Tornado are going to take a couple of days off and then take 3 days preparing to demolish Ding, as they said, which is a, you know, a scary thing for any team. Any words you want to say, though, Marlon, to your brilliant boys from Oops?
Well, I guess they did really, really well. We saw some really new stuff that we are going to get in a second. But yeah, I mean, brilliant job. Don't be disappointed, boys. You did really a great show, great performance there. Yeah, and just keep the heads up. There is more to come.
There's definitely more to come. And let's have another look at some of the rounds of that second half of what was our final game here this week.
Yeah, so we saw a really interesting tactic coming out from Rush here. They came very late through the middle with these two IS-7s, spotted out Milosh, forced him into a really bad position. Then he wasn't spotting the A6 cross, and then out came multiple tanks, as we can see here, doing that A6 cross unspotted. That means they can't receive any damage. They're just going to clear out the A6 position, put some tanks on the cap. There was really nothing Oops could do in this situation.
I think Oops overthought this situation a bit. They had no info whatsoever, only Milosh spotting in the north and then being forced back instantly, and also the middle spot was missing. They didn't even go aggressively in the south, so yeah, Oops overthinking this and then yeah, just ending up in a very bad spot and then casually getting outcapped there by Tornado.
And then on their Tornado's defense, you know, they went on paper for a really, really good tactic. They put this 1-on-3 in the middle, but he lost all of his HP and 3 of his 4 crew members to HE damage, allowing Oops to come through the middle here with 2 Mouses, take him out. But then there was a rotation at the same time coming through the south, which wasn't quite on time.
Yeah, I think the Mouses here from Oops pushed way too early. You see them taking a lot of damage and nothing really happening from the other side there. The IS-7s here, they expected something on the 0 line, but there was nothing there to be found for Oops. So they then wasted a lot of time moving up, and yeah, that gave Tornado enough time to clear out the city, to clear out the Mouses, and then to just take the good positions, set up a crossfire, and make the counter push for Oops in the small village there in the middle impossible. But actually it wasn't over quite yet. Camille brought it really, really close in the last seconds of the game. Yeah, really showed how much they were fighting the Oops guys here, 1v1 against Applewell. I mean, this is not really a fair duel. The T100 had really bad DPM against the Super Conk with a lot of DPM and a lot of hit points. But yeah, some seconds and some HP that are just missing here for Oops to take down this round.
We were all screaming fire, weren't we? Everybody was watching that and screaming, just shoot him!
And it's really disappointing, you know, to see that was the second round that had gone to seconds on the clock, really, for Oops. And
after 5 minutes, Oops were up 4,000 hit points. So yeah, definitely a big throw there. Really, really sad about that.
Yeah, and then we saw something very interesting come out on Mines, a boost that we haven't seen at this tournament.
That was absolutely sick.
I don't remember seeing it during the league as well. You know, it's been kicking around for a while, but nobody's actually managed to implement it. A 5, I think is it 4 or 5? 4 tank stack, boosting a 1-1-3 up to the 0 line.
And this is 2.5 minutes into the round as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was the initial strat that they wanted to do from the beginning, and I mean, they were holding nothing back. And very good reaction there by Oops, actually boosting Milosh up there and then instantly rotating back to the hill. As you can see here, the 113's already in a good crossfire position there, and with the tanks on the hill and Karol behind the rock, yeah, making the counter push for Tornado in the middle just impossible.
Yeah, Tornado, knowing that this 1-on-3 on the 0 will slowly dismantle their defense, they were forced to just come into the middle. Oops had the perfect crossfire, tanks on the hill, tanks hiding behind the rocks. Nobody was in a pushable position, so it was really, really nice positioning from Oops there. A brilliant round to pick up. tactically, and then we saw on the next round, not so tactical, Camille failing the boost again, getting really, really frustrated. You know, he must have been practicing hours at it.
You have to say this boost is ultra hard. You get the angle wrong by just 1-2 degrees and you will instantly fail it. Yeah, and then the initial strategy by Tornado was to double boost the bed hits there, or at least one bed hit, push the other one up there, and actually it caught Kami a bit by surprise. Mid boost, he was trying to cancel his move there, but yeah, all was too late already. The only option left for Oops was to counter push the middle, but same as in the last match actually. When Oops was on the attack, the Tornado tanks were just set up in a crossfire, and yeah, no chance for Oops. That crossfire is just too deadly. Don't have enough HP, don't have the DPM to successfully push there in the middle.
It was almost a mirror of the previous game, you know, and that's kind of what we saw a lot during the whole match, that like Oops, they were bringing out really good tactics, really good pushes and stuff, but then little things were stepping them up along the way, and Tornado doesn't have those kind of issues. They were just closing out the rounds.
Another example for these small mistakes, as we saw in the last round. Karolf there, I don't know what happened there, what was going on, but some really bad driving by him, just casually dropping off the cliff and losing 1,600 HP there. Yeah, and then it was just easy pickups for Tornado. Here, there you see the flip by Karolf. He's really gonna hate himself for that.
Yeah, there's so much going through a player's head in a match like that, you know, playing against the world champions. You want to do everything correct. It's so easy to just not watch exactly where you're driving and take a tumble.
You know, if you make any mistakes, a team like Tornado would take advantage of them, but as you can see from the statistics, they gave them a good game. We all saw that, and numerically, that pretty much represents it as well.
Yeah, looking at the very important statistics here of hits and penetrations there, which usually sort of represents the individual skill. Very, very close numbers there, so just showing how close these teams are individually.
I mean, less than 10,000 damage difference on a 7-2 result really speaks for itself. You know, every one of those rounds was going right to the wire. Tornado was not stomping like we expected them to do. They met a very, very competent Oops today.
I think Oops can always going to be able to be proud of that game that they had today against Tornado. Even if the result is a pretty one-sided one, I think, yeah, Oops can still go home with happy faces and enjoy the after party.
And they can go home knowing that as well. They'll always be remembered and often watched as a team who stopped Rush. Formerly Na'Vi, formerly a team who've been to the knockout stages of every international LAN that they've been to, but not anymore with those Giraffes sending them out of their way. Something they can be really proud of there, as well as a great showing against Tornado. So this very much demonstrates that the gap between CIS and Europe, and maybe to a lesser extent North America, that gap's not what it used to be.
Well, we've been seeing that trend over the last number of seasons, that every season or every major tournament, it just gets a step closer. You know, last season we had, or at the grand final, we had Ding going at 7-2 against Tornado in the final of the grand final. And that score does not represent how close that game actually was. You know, watching that was super, super intense to see EU finally stepping up. And best of luck to Ding taking it here next week.
Taking it here next week.
Taking it here.
Very confident.
There you go. I might. Shall I get a number? Oh, we don't need a number out of you, but I'm tempted to. But that's where it's going to be. Yeah, the 23rd of December, we will be bringing you the grand final of this. So let's show you the bracket of how these incredible 5 days have been here at the Eurocenter in Moscow. We started back on Wednesday. Seems an awful long time ago with 12 teams from all 5 regions. We lost Yinio, Steelman, 7 Pirates, and Rush. After the quarterfinals, top tier, Yato RS Gaming, Elevate, and Kazna Crew had gone out too. Earlier today, you saw Unique go down 7-3 to Ding, and we've just seen Oops put up a good scrap against Tornado Energy, which means our grand finalists of the World of Tanks final battle are decided. Tornado, Energy, and Ding. Mylands and Annihilator, it's been a really good 5 days. Loads of tanks and lots of good games and performances we'll always remember.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely always a fan of the big upsets that we definitely had this tournament. We saw brilliant plays, brilliant new stuff, innovative stuff. And yeah, I was very happy to see also the APAC and Chinese teams actually putting on a really strong performance, which I think not really many people expected. And yeah, very happy. It was a very nice event and a lot of tanks action and high-level tank action.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm sure, you know, your most memorable moment might be something involving Oops, but for Annihilator, anything that particularly stood out for you as well? Your guys from Unique, perhaps?
Not necessarily. I think nothing in this tournament could really top the Oops and Rush game. You know, that was the absolute pinnacle of this tournament for me, and I really enjoyed my time here. You know, it's a real nice opportunity to be able to watch all of the games rather than training or, you know, sitting at home or something like that. When you can watch them all live, that's a real treat.
You are also right. I want to pick up on this again, Myland. Like we've mentioned, all right, the gap between EU and NA and CIS regions close. Yeah, APAC and China, though, some really good performances from them. We can expect even better things from them in the future. And the Chinese teams, you know, they'll always bring surprises, won't they? Because every time we do one of these tournaments, teams go, yeah, we don't know what we're facing.
Yeah, we have to say again here, or mention again, that for the Chinese teams, it actually was their first LAN event. That's always a bit hard to deal with. But yeah, if you look at other esports games, usually the Asian teams are the favorite ones there. And I think maybe in the future that's going to change in World of Tanks, and we're going to have that as well here.
You can see a time when we might have a Chinese favorite or an APAC favorite. You're right, in other games that the Asian regions are more favored, but in tanks?
Can't really say. I mean, I don't really know when the Europeans or the Americans are finally going to take off the crown of the Russians on the top of the World of Tanks esport. Yeah, I cannot really tell. I think we just have to go with the flow and see how it develops.
Could it be in 6 days' time?
Well, it seems that at every major international tournament, one more finger is pried off that trophy by all the other regions. So
but it is all the other regions clubbing together.
All the other regions are really looking to take that trophy. So Tornado's going to have a tough time holding on to it next week.
Are they? Are they?
I think they are. I think Ding will prepare well. They have a week to prepare for it. They can do everything.
But we've talked a few times about teams like what feels like last-minute prep. Oh, we're going into this game, so we're going to prepare for that. Oh, we've got to come up with some tactics overnight. Have we really seen teams and everything they've had to offer here? Does Tornado have anything left in the tank? Are Ding really creating everything now from scratch?
Well, Ding sort of had to put on yeah, they were sort of power saving mode during the group stage, not having the best battles there, but yeah, just saving their strats and keeping it for the final, I guess. And we've seen Tornado really put on a show today with some innovative stuff, some new stuff, but after they realized they have a comfortable lead, they just played their standard stuff and didn't really put on any surprises. But I think still Ding and Tornado, both teams are still hiding something, holding something back, and they will have a lot of time now to prepare that for the next week.
Out of the teams who've been here, now, if anybody's thinking we need to really shake things up and roster changes and all that sort of stuff, and unhappy Christmas presents for teams, you might find that some of their players need to move on. Do you think there's anybody who's looking like it's not just tactically, but that things are wrong in our camp?
Well, I think you can never, like every season, there's roster changes and changes between teams, players move around, and some of them you can expect, but most of them will be very unexpected. You know, you see players swap around and you think, why on earth did they go to that team? And then that can turn out to be very successful, or not so much. So we'll have to wait and see.
Elevate, not saying that they're a team who need to shake things up, but not the finals that they wanted. That's a team who sort of come to mind, whereas top tier, second seed rather, out of North America, a great showing from them. Do you think Elevate needs to do anything drastic, or they've got the ability to do better at another LAN? And before, of course, another LAN, you know, more chances to practice anyway.
Well, Elevate were put up against some really tough opponents.
That was the group of death.
In the group stage, so they didn't really get a fair showing there, even though they did come out and beat Rush 5-1. It was fantastic from them. But, you know, I think going on, their lineup is quite solid. I think their preparation is good. They have a lot of experience, and they just need to keep on doing what they're doing. Stage
is almost ready to reveal the grand finalists who are going to be joining us in 6 days' time at WG Fest. Remember, if you don't have your tickets for that already, it's going to be in Moscow on the 23rd of December. That's a nice thing to do for families who are here just before Christmas. There's a lot of entertainment happening at Wargaming Fest. Lots of fun, all about Wargaming and World of Tanks. And yeah, small matter of the World of Tanks final battle. That'll be live to you, and you can get your predictions in for it as well. Remember, Tomato the Lobster is online. He wants to hear from you. We want to know what your predictions are. It's just come down to one game now. Thank you to everybody who's been making predictions all the way through the group stages and the quarters and semis. Maybe you've done brilliantly and accumulated lots of stars. Now is the time to put them all to good use with your predictions on the grand final. And there are terrific prizes to be won as well, including an exclusive MSI laptop. That's all at WOTfinals.com, so make sure you go there, and you've got plenty of time to do it in. We've been pushing you as we've gone through these 5 days. Get your predictions in while we've been having these incredible games, but you've got until the 23rd of December. Now get in and make your predictions and win some brilliant prizes, all at WOTfinals.com. Predictions time, let's do it, but let's go the other way because I always have to lead. Very quickly, Ding or Tornado, just pick a name for me.
I'm going to have to go with Tornado.
Yeah?
Same, also have to go with Tornado.
It feels that way, doesn't it? On the stage, though, there is the first of our finalists who made it to the end of the final battle. Ding, we Alien, Meritorious, Lolsho, Hoknik, Zephyr, Senyaya, and Shokish. They are ready for the biggest game maybe that they've ever faced. They know what it's like. They did it at the grand finals earlier on this year, back in Moscow in May, when they faced those guys. Applewell, Near You, Neskvi, Diodor, Griffon, Nuclear, and Server, the reigning world champions from 2017, the reigning champions of the CIS extended season we just had, and season 2 before that. And we could go back to last year's WG Fest at the Champions Rumble, and if you want, we can call them Hellraisers and call them the winners of the grand finals in 2015. They are the reigning world champions now. They are Ding's opponents, and that's all on the 23rd of December, live to you from WG Fest. Thanks to everybody here, all the teams who've given us such great action, to Mojo, Daki, Ector, to Myland and Annihilator with me on the desk, as well as Tonya and Luke for the interviews earlier on. I've been Matt Andrews. Thanks to all of the production team for giving us this amazing event to bring to you, and to you for watching. One more game, the 23rd of December, for the World of Tanks final battle. Ding and Tornado Energy. Make sure you don't miss that.